We're good.
Yep, we're live.
Huh?
We're live.
All right, good morning. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, there it is, and there it shall be. Good morning. Thursday morning. We're back. Justin's here.
Hello.
Don't do that. Don't. What? What's the point of that? I said you were here.
Yes.
So then why do you have to, do you think I was lying? Do you think people thought I was lying about that?
Well, if they did, they'd be stupid.
So then why would you say hello?
Never
Who are you
know.
saying hello to?
You're saying Justin's here. Said my name. I said hello.
Okay. Coleman's here. Sin Lord's guy is here. And Alice Shattuck is here. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. You two patch things up or no?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No?
Not yet. We saved it to work through with
Good,
you.
smart,
We'll work it
good.
out together.
It's icy in
Good.
here.
Is it really?
They did not talk one bit.
Well, I mean, they both taking time off. Alice usually be shitting out kids. She took the morning off from that. And, well, he never works. So then there's nothing to do, right?
Crux of the issue.
12 hours. What was the tweet? I saw the tweet yesterday. It seemed like it was actually angry.
Which one?
Are you, first of all, did you threaten Steve from Gloucester? Did you say he was going to be the bottom of the Andrea Gale? Was that you from a...
That was not me.
That was not you from a burner account?
Was not.
No.
I don't need a burner account to say anything to Steve.
Okay.
I've been very open about all my opinions of Steve.
I thought I was like seeing Alice. I like Alice. I thought maybe when I was walking up the stairs, it'd be a chance. Although I said 20% yesterday that Steve from Gloucester would be here, but alas, he is not.
Well, someone has to be here to defend Steve from Gloucester's honor, I think.
You think so?
I think so.
Go ahead.
I'm a Steve from Gloucester guy. I like Steve from
You
Gloucester.
had him on.
He's a great person. Yes, he's been on.
What's your defense for his behavior the past
I
couple
don't
weeks?
think that he told anyone in advance of the show. I don't think he leaked. I don't
Okay, let's
believe
say
it.
let's agree on that for argument's sake. But like, why is he doing what he's doing?
What do you mean? What's he doing? He's not
He's
doing
like disappeared, and then he reappears, and he disappears, and he sends me messages, and he does contradictory messages. He sends me like 30 messages. He sends these guys like 30 messages.
Paragraphs.
Yeah, he sends me things. He's like, Cinema Lords is like a dangerous guy. I'm contacting my lawyer. Like I think he's a psycho. Kirk, like, I'm not joking around anymore. Then he goes on your show. He's like, he's a great guy. So that's what I'm talking. So you ask me what he's doing. That's what he's doing.
So what's wrong with that? So he gets in the world. He gets in a little too deep. He wants to take some time off. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, then there's nothing wrong with anything. Then we don't have a show. Then if there's nothing wrong with it, then we might as well go home. Like but he's a strange guy.
I like him, and
we all like him.
And Steve from Gloucester is a hustler. He works really hard in his life. And I mean, that's a hard job.
Resell
Doing
stuff at
arbitrage,
eBay, so-
reselling stuff is a hard job because you have to go look for deals. You have to, figure out where the opportunities are to make money.
Yeah.
That takes entrepreneurship and hard work.
Yes. No, I agree.
Unlike
It's just-
Cinema Lords, obviously.
Who started his own business.
Well, you inherited the business from your dad.
It's a separate entity entirely.
But it was your dad's business, though.
No, he has his business.
What's his business?
Pleasant Vision Center. Mine is Affordable Eye Lab.
What is his business, though? What does he do for a living?
He sells glasses. He
Okay,
fills
and you work in the eyeglass industry. So in a
And-
way,
and
it's a cousin
what
of.
was this?
It's a
Sure.
cousin.
Oh,
of
yeah,
yours.
no, it's definitely.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of like.
Big crossover.
It's kind of like when. It's like if Jack Buck was a national announcer and Joe Buck did Cardinals games. Before he got the national. Look, how many hours a week do you work?
15 to 20 usually.
Okay,
Somewhere in
he
that
works
region.
15 to 20 hours a week. But why shame somebody? I think.
I don't know. I guess
Well, Steve Gloucester sits in his house.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything.
he's working hard.
How do you know? Who, you go watch him? How the hell do you know?
I came up with an idea so I don't have to work hard. I get paid. As
I
if
wouldn't take
work
any victory
full-time.
lap for that,
I mean, I'm just
exactly.
saying.
I-
You should. I get paid
guess
the same thing that everybody else does.
I just don't understand. Like, lack of motivation frustrates
This
me.
show is
What is
Because
a
I-
lack of motivation?
This show is 12, 15 hours a week.
But you work hard doing a lot of things. You do trivia. You go here.
No,
you
I
go
work-
there,
I'm
you
always
travel.
working.
You're
This is
working
true.
hard. You
This
put
is
out the case.
This is true.
One of the top rated true crime podcasts in the country.
Thank
I
you,
mean,
Alice.
like,
There you go.
you work hard. But what I don't understand is like the lack of hustle, lack of motivation. I mean, I guess
The lack
maybe
of
I don't
hustle
understand.
for what?
Maybe I don't
Because I don't do
understand.
4 shitty podcasts a week. I do one with my friends when I feel like it because it's just a fun little thing to do.
He does
on
one
the
shitty
side.
podcast. Yeah, occasionally,
exactly.
yeah.
Occasionally.
Can't hear it, but yeah.
Crazy. I just don't.
I mean, I guess I just want to understand, like, what are you doing with all the other time? I don't
What
even
do you
know.
care?
I'm fucking sitting around
I'm
sleeping.
just curious.
I'd be curious, why do you care what Cinema Lord
I
says
mean,
with his
this
time?
is crazy.
I find it frustrating. Like,
But-
if it
but-
were my kid, I'd be angry.
But like,
Thank God I'm not.
I get. He's about the only one who isn't at this point.
Yeah, no shit.
If I was like, I'm frustrated with Mutt because I've known him for 15 years. He's one of my best friends. I don't think you've known Cinema Lords for 15 years. I don't think he's one of your best friends.
No, he's not.
The fuck do you care? Am I wrong, Justin?
No.
Because he goes on a podcast and talks about his life.
Why do this to yourself? Everybody's allowed to do everything. We agree. But why would you allow yourself? Why get frustrated over that? There's many more things. Look who you're married to. And you're frustrated with this guy?
I mean, I think I air out my marriage problems plenty in the world. But yeah, I mean, I get frustrated with lack of motivation there too, for sure. But, like we do put out a bunch of podcasts and we do stuff. And
what was your tweet yesterday about Alice?
I said, "Oh, good, the drunk dummy's going to be in the studio."
Yeah. You were drunk that night.
I was super.
What were you drinking? Did he roofie you as he's been known to do?
Maybe. I mean, like, I would not put it necessarily past him.
What was the story in high school? There was a naked girl. What was it?
Yeah, something. There was a whole thing. But like,
remember that story, Justin?
I mean, maybe.
The Tom Shattuck.
Yes. Alice Shattuck is here. Tom Shattuck.
Wait, I don't remember a naked girl story.
It was in high school.
Well, he said he
It
went
was
to high
like
school with
driving
you.
a girl
He did go to high
home,
school
and
with
he like some people wanted to like.
Yeah, but he was
whatever.
like,
but he was like, no, because he's very noble.
Yes,
yeah.
that's him. Yeah.
But I mean, maybe I like if he thought it could get him back in the world, like potentially might he roofie me? Like,
Sure.
I
think so.
I think that's
Yeah.
like within the realm of possibility.
Absolutely.
But I also like
There's real body language issues here. You guys don't like each other.
Oh no, I thought everything she said was just dumb. I'm not a family man because I don't have 17 kids, which is ridiculous. I literally work with my father and my sister. I'm
That's
from a
fair.
massive Portuguese family.
Yeah,
who I
Portuguese
see
people take that
constantly.
Stuff, yeah, they're Portuguese. They're always hanging out.
I'm with my first, second cousins, my aunts, my uncles on a weekly basis.
So do your parents and your family like want you to have kids?
I mean, I think if my parents would have a choice, they would probably say, ideally, my son would want to have kids. They also know me.
I don't get these
I've never wanted kids.
hardcore conservatives who want people to have a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
They can't fucking afford. So then you got to pay for them again,
It's crazy.
or I have to pay for them again.
I mean, I want people to have kids. Like, yeah, there's going to be
you
a
want
problem.
why do you want
paying
someone
for
to have
Social
6
Security.
kids? Why?
I don't want kids.
Why? So there's more traffic. There's more lines. There's more what? There should be fewer. It should be like it used to be: 1 kid, maybe 2, done, and then at that point, like abortion.
People are having fewer kids than
Good.
ever.
Yes.
No,
yes.
no,
Yes.
Wildly
yes.
overpopulated.
Yes. Pull and pray.
It's crazy.
No, I mean, like, we're below replacement right now, and
Good.
so is like China and all these places. There's going to be, and the third world's going to get there too. Like, we're going to have a serious problem. Like, who's going to pay for Social Security and all that stuff? Like, who's going to
I'll be
the
dead.
backbone of the social safety
My kids will be
net?
dead. When? What year are we talking?
I mean, pretty soon.
My
Social
kids are all
Security's
set. I
already
don't care.
going broke.
So you want how many kids? So I have a bunch of money. How many kids in your mind would you like me to have had?
I think everybody should have as many kids as they can. It's great.
Is can like
The hell?
like 10?
I mean, sure, why not?
Why? No, why? You don't get to spend as much attention on these kids. You don't get to spend as much time with them. They used to do that so like they could go like plow the fucking land.
It's because most of them would die.
Well, no, but also like
some
there'd be
of them would
farms.
die,
There'd be
yeah.
farms, and they wanted to have.
but they would
these
have
kids
8.
These kids had to work all. Yeah,
No,
maybe
the
6 live.
economics of having kids have changed, but it's not purely economics. It's also like a cultural thing. And I think that the biggest reason why people don't have a lot of kids is not economic.
financial. It's financial.
It's not financial.
Absolutely.
It's not because they have done, I mean, a lot of countries in Europe have very, very serious financial pro-family policies. Look at Hungary. They have dumped tons of money into giving people more money to have kids, and they can barely move the needle on fertility rates. They just can't do it. I mean, a lot of the people that study family policy.
You have 4 kids, right?
5.
Oh, you're 5 now. This new one's the 5th.
Number 5.
Are you done?
I mean, well, so that's controversial because
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
as you can.
sure, we'd
Yeah,
like
right.
to be done, but it's like, well, yeah. So neither one of us will like take proactive steps to make sure we don't have.
You don't take
more
birth
kids.
control, for example.
Well, I'm against hormonal birth control.
Okay.
Isn't there a correlation with having
Boy,
kids
you are a
and losing
giant
brain
pain in the ass.
cells?
I can't even imagine. Holy shit. Huh? Oh, my God. Oh, God. What's that?
So isn't there a correlation between having kids and losing brain cells? Like if you have like 10, you might just end up dumb. If you have 5, you might end up
The
a
kids
little bit
themselves or
dumb.
the parents?
No, the parents.
I don't know. Is that a Hungry? I don't know. Did
I
Hungry have a
swore
study
I
for
read
that?
something like that one time, which would make a lot
I
of
heard
sense
that
in this
study.
situation.
I mean, new have kids live longer though, so
How would you lose? Is that true? You lose brain cells when you have kids? I don't know that.
I don't know that.
Is that like a pain thing? Like the physical act of birth?
How many kids did you have? How many kids were in your family?
I'm one of 5. I'm the oldest of 5, also.
5 seems to be enough. Like, I mean, you're not getting any
Well,
younger.
tell Tom he can go get
How
the
old are
surgery.
you?
Then I'm not going to. He can.
How old are you?
I'm 37.
All right, now we're getting like the danger zone. like kids wise too. When you get
It's true. It's not the same. I did not like it as much at 30.
No, I'm just, also the
It's
kids
not great.
themselves can be more compromised, and be more likely to have Down syndrome and other things like that when the mom's older.
I mean, sure, but I don't like. There's nothing wrong with having a kid who has Down syndrome.
No, it's an excuse to go to the mall and walk around.
Cut the line at Disney.
Well, yeah, that's how I worked for Maria Coleman. Yeah, she brought Jack Coleman around.
True.
So is this real? This doesn't feel like it's real hate though.
Well,
I
I don't.
I mean, like real hate. I don't know if I like have.
I don't hate it the way I hate
I've
Steve,
been
but
irritated by his attitude of like, oh yeah, I work like what is it, like 15 hours a week or something, and like it's like I can't take on more of this podcast because it takes up like too much of my time. A podcast where he like shoots the shit with his friends about movies like for once a week, like and doesn't have kids. Like I find it.
He does have a kid.
I have a 2-year-old in my life. She stays with me 7 days a week.
Yeah. Do you consider that his child or no?
I mean, I guess it depends. He didn't sound necessarily fully sold on the idea when he was in studio before.
When I was
talking
in
about
studio like 5
In
months
March.
ago, and in March. No,
March
it's-
was-
okay.
What's that?
Nothing.
it. That was in March.
Okay.
These two might wind up together, maybe.
Might shoot the porn today.
One more.
Can we do that? I don't know. I mean, look, if you can have as many kids as you want. I don't like when people are like, you should have more kids. If you don't want to have kids, if a couple doesn't want to have kids, I have a good friend of mine who doesn't have kids, doesn't want to have kids. So then you shouldn't have kids.
Well, I just
Don't you think? Like,
I mean, I've experienced not having kids, but
Right.
people without kids haven't experienced having kids.
Well, I know,
so,
but-
I
but-
know one more thing than they know.
Well, if you don't want to have kids, you have a kid, you don't want to have the kid. Then this kid's gonna be treated like shit. Psychologically, it's not worth it.
I don't necessarily.
Life is
believe
a
that that's,
horrible
like,
thing,
true.
anyways. Most of the time, why put people through it? Why? Like, why? It's so awful. There's traffic. It's annoying. I mean, it's the living here is the worst.
I can't. It's crazy too, just to have as many kids as possible as a while. Like
I think it's
can't even
great.
tell
I
you
think,
the
I think
number
if
of
Alice and
families
Tom
I
want to have 30 kids on their own, they both want to do it. Do it. That is fantastic. My thing is like, don't tell me to have 6 kids when I'm like, I'm done. Like I'm all set. I love having 2 kids. I don't want to have 3 kids. I want to have 1 kid. I would, if you said to me, have 3 kids, or you can have 1 kid and give one of the kids away. I'd have 1 kid and just ship Harry. Harry be gone. He'd be on the street. He'd be on the street, which he could survive. What were you saying? How's it going with this with the baby daddy? By the way.
Oh, with him, it's awful. It's always awful. Every day, it's just complicated. Every day, it's just annoying. It's exhausting, is what it is.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Steve from Gloucester with a fake mustache.
So what happened in Portland? Tom was
Portland?
there as well.
So now we have 3 different variations of Steve's story.
This is Gritty's on Friday night.
Correct.
Okay. This is before
originally.
I met you. I saw you and I met your
Yes.
girlfriend there. She seemed nice, although she seemed annoyed with you at the time.
Oh, she's just as loud and crazy as I am. She
Okay.
likes to push it off.
Because I couldn't hear you at one point, and she was like, "You can't hear him. I can hear him all the year." And she was doing that thing, and I was like, well, "All right." She seemed like a nice person, though.
Oh yeah, she's great. We had a blast.
Good.
I met a bunch of cool people. But anyways, 3 different on the behind the third chair. He said that I went up to him, shook his hand. We had a good meeting.
Okay, got
Then-
that. Noted that, Justin.
Yep.
Yep. Then on the Leeches pod, he said that we had the opportunity.
That's Tom and Alice's podcast.
Yeah,
Yep.
whatever. Just
Oh,
a bad
it's on the
podcast.
network. No, it's not. No.
Oh yeah, it's on the network. Yeah, it's great. Go listen to it now.
Sure.
But regardless, he said on that show that we had the opportunity to go and shake hands and say something to each other, and we did not.
You did not.
And then the third is that we had an incident. So 3 completely different takes.
Okay.
Me and Steve did not talk to each other, touch each other at all in any way in Portland.
You had Alice, you're here to, essentially to be Steve's lawyer.
Yes.
We needed one.
Very
So
much that, yeah.
that is true. I've heard all 3 of those stories. And I've heard other stories from Steve where he said that he attacked him, went after him. He's going to get a lawyer. He threatened to kill him. Like what, is there a chance that maybe Steve's story is ironically inconsistent?
No, I
What? He's written all these things to me in some form or fashion.
mean, maybe his memory of the situation is faulty.
Okay.
What I want to know is like,
Roger Clemens' attorney in like 2005. Go ahead.
I don't know. So, but I guess before Leach's podcast even came out, he was on Mike and the Minivans, and he said he was saving a bunch of really good stuff about Steve for this show, like that he couldn't tell everybody
Well,
on Mike
maybe
and the
we'll get there.
Minivans. So
Maybe we'll get there.
I'm
That's
really
That's actually
curious,
not true. I
like,
just
what
said
that
we
all
didn't
is.
want to get into everything that we were going to get into
No, he said
today.
you said you're saving it for that.
Actually,
Yeah, I'm
actually,
saving
I actually
things
think
like
John,
we're having
actually think
about
John from
right
Scranton
now.
said that.
Yeah, he said, I don't want you to like do everything you're going to do on Thursday, which is common sense.
Because you have to be a big fucking idiot to go on a show that doesn't get nearly as many and then go tell a story about that, as opposed to doing on this show, which is where things should be addressed. Some people,
common sense.
Yeah, some people choose to go on up, which is completely fine. So, but you had like an angry tweet, right? Like you were mad at.
Oh yeah, that was a weird. Well, not a weird one, but I said that the Mike and the Minifan show was really short.
It was really short.
I know.
Yeah.
Which at the time I didn't know that you told him to end it. Which as soon as you
were
said
there,
that-
weren't you?
Yeah. I was eating and stuff. I've been talking to the waitress, which that was kind of part of my thing. Was that say 30 minutes? I spent probably 10 of it talking to the waitress. So
What kind of conversation was this with the waitress?
I don't know, ordering food, ordering drinks.
It sounds like about 30 seconds.
I guess. Nah,
10 minutes. How much food did you order? It's a hell of an order.
I don't know. We split
10
like
minutes?
3 or 4 appetizers. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Anyway,
Regardless.
Sure, regardless.
All I said was the
Right.
show was short.
yeah.
Found out after the show ended that you said to wrap it up, and I retracted my statement.
Fair
I
enough.
didn't delete the tweet, but I retracted my statement.
Okay. So you are not. Do you think there's a chance that Cinema Lords is using a burner account and saying that Steve should be at the bottom of the Andrea Gale, like the people in
I
the
mean,
Perfect
I
Storm?
assume every Minifan has like 3 or 4 burner accounts.
Do you have a burner account?
Probably.
I just have my show account and
Yeah.
then my main account.
Your Cinema Lords account and then your regular account.
Right.
Okay. I mean, there's a chance that could be anybody though.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people seem to hate Steve right now, so I think that could be one of 800 people.
Probably.
Okay. So you don't think it was Cinema Lords? And if
I don't know
And
if
let's
it
say it was. So what?
I don't know if it was. I mean, I think that
Do you think a bunch
sometimes-
of people will see that, drag Steve out of his house, put like an anchor on him, and drop him in the middle of the ocean like
No,
the
I don't
ship
think-
itself?
Shoes.
I don't think
What's that?
anything's going to happen to
Concrete shoes?
Steve.
Yeah.
But I think that, sometimes it's a bright spotlight sometimes for some people. And
I
they
agree.
need to take a step back.
I agree with
I
that.
think that's
That's
I don't have a
another
problem
thing
with
that's
that.
come up lately that I think
That's
is
what Mick's
crazy,
doing.
especially actually from you. I'm surprised that you're okay with this. But originally, as soon as I heard this, I assumed, okay, naturally, there's a lot of people, you're doing some drinking, you get excited, you get a little chatty. I heard he's not drinking, he's dead sober, and he can't keep a secret. What is he, 12 years old? You're fucking 50-something years old. You're a grown-ass man. You don't need to
excited.
go around fucking telling secrets.
He's
That's insane.
excited. He has nothing in his life. That's the show's his
Agreed.
entire
It is
life.
He didn't tell Tom the secret. Why didn't he tell Tom? Like, because Tom
Who was
Tom's
Tom,
chatty.
the vice president of the United States?
No, but Tom's chatty and he talks to Steve. So I mean, like, wouldn't you have told Tom if anybody?
I think you could tell one person, not tell another person.
what-
I think he told those guys that. And by the way, Jeff DeLope essentially confirmed that.
yeah.
I think
Right,
he
but-
told. I think he told those people that. But like I said, he was excited. So what? He's a kid. It's a big moment in his life. He's a simple guy.
Okay.
I don't know why you hate him so much. Despite
I
all
don't
this,
even
like
hate him.
Steve,
I just,
I don't.
have my points, and people are very defensive of him. And I feel like everything I've said about Steve from day one has been confirmed in the last 30
Which is
years.
what?
He's a liar.
That's true.
He's a hypocrite.
That's true.
He's soft.
That's true.
And he's a narcissist. Or he's self-obsessed.
True. I don't disagree with any of those. I still like him, but I think that's true, Justin.
I still like. I don't think Cinema Lord started out with this level of hatred towards Steve.
Well,
I
Cinema
think-
Lords gets
built up.
very angry sometimes.
Yes, but also this is just I think he came out. He's like, Steve sucks on the show. Steve freaks out, starts talking about how he's threatening people, getting lawyers involved. Like, wouldn't you hate someone?
Yes. Well, yeah, I've been there, but yes, yeah, I think so. I think I'd be more.
So I think I get being more playful with it, but I think Cinema Lord's just like, okay, well, fuck this guy.
What?
that-
But I just wonder what the lawyer would be doing. Like, what would the lawsuit be exactly? That he was mean to him at Gritty's?
I think it's that threat that he just assumes is him.
That's on Twitter. That's not a real threat.
Exactly.
I'll say it right now. Get your lawyer, Steve. I'm going to drag you out in the middle of the night tonight and drag you in the middle of the ocean. Like, I don't. What is he talking about? I don't even understand.
I will say, like in Portland, which Gus said, I was motherfucking him up and down to people that I was talking to, but it was all the same things I just said. I was like, look
Right.
at this guy. He's sitting in the corner, basically exactly like Blind Mike was, but Blind Mike is blind, so it'd be weird for him to be walking around. Obviously, people go up to him. He was doing the same fucking thing.
But like, can't you step away from him and say he's kind of excited, he's getting something in his life, and like he likes to hang around with the varsity? Like, so what? Like, it's kind of funny in a way. Like, who cares? I don't. That
Yeah, he had a
doesn't
moment.
bother me. It's my show.
He had a moment. He's excited about it. I will say I'm suspicious that none of these accounts of him leaking this information came out until so long after the event. Like I feel like
that's fair. I think that's fair.
like the timing that somebody could have said like that he leaked this closer
Quicker.
to the time. It's only when everybody decides to turn on Steve that they all come out with these stories and these rationales of like some way that he betrayed the show.
Who
and,
turned
like,
on Steve
ruined it
before
for
this?
When was the
people.
last time you were in contact with Steve from Gloucester via text or message?
Oh, Leech's pod.
That was it. How about your husband?
He might DM him. I don't know.
I think that's
I don't know.
Who turned on Steve prior to this story? You said people were turning on Steve. Who was turning on Steve prior to McFuss?
That's fair. Yeah,
Steve
before.
has haters.
Yeah, he has haters.
Everyone has
Everybody in this
haters.
world has haters. This is the fucking minute. Like, what are we talking about?
But I think he was on a good roll post Portland though.
Yeah.
I do think.
Yeah.
Before the
he had a
McFuss
great
Daddy
Make-A-Wish
allegation.
moment. It was a good part of the show.
put him in
I
position
was
to win.
happy for him.
You were.
Yeah.
You were cheering.
Are you kidding me? His hand was just above Casey Smith's ass. I could see the
Sure.
happiness on his face.
I don't
was like,
know.
good for you, Steve.
You don't sound happy for him.
Yeah, because I don't like him. But in that moment, I was happy for him. I'm also happy McFuss Daddy came out and told that story.
I
That was
don't
great.
know.
Also, what's McFuss Daddy supposed to do? Just like tweet it out or text you guys directly? That's
He
McFuss
could.
Daddy did
I
what
mean,
anybody
he
is
could.
smart would do. He's like, hey, I do a podcast for the network. Something happened. Let me say it on my podcast. I would have done the same thing.
Oh, he could have
Or
called
it's
in here
just
and said
creating
it.
drama for no reason.
We don't do
too,
calls
like-
anymore, do we?
No, but he could have said something to these
Directly.
guys.
Oh, totally.
I mean, that could have easily been done. But that's fine. Coleman, what's your perspective? I like a gay perspective on this. What is your take?
Steve is the man.
You hate Coleman because he's gay, given your religion.
No, I don't hate anybody who's
Okay, I'm
gay.
just asking. I know you like hardcore. What you like?
You hate no one who's gay.
You hate no one?
No one who's gay.
I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that I hate who's gay.
So like Jerry Sandusky.
He's not gay though. We had this debate. Doesn't make
Might
him
fall
gay
into more of
necessarily.
the, your side of things.
Yeah, it doesn't make him. A pedophile's not necessarily gay.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Well, it's true, and not necessarily. He's just sick. Like it's like a sick dog. Like he might like young girls and boys. I'm just saying. That's a weird gay example for me. Telling on your part. That's the first guy you would go to.
Jussie, you don't hate Jussie Smollett?
I don't. You hate him?
I don't have like.
You don't need to hate him.
He's
I
a
feel
fucking
bad
loser.
for him.
You-
He's sort
you-
of pathetic.
Like you hate him?
He chose to not have any kids.
Yeah, but you're reaching there. Now you're trying, like these are the two people. Why do you hate? Because he made that story up.
I don't know. I find Jussie Smollett hilarious. I think he should be.
Then why'd you ask her
mayor
if she
of-
hates him then?
Well, it's just I figured she would hate Jussie Smollett. She said she hates no gay people.
I don't know, those are the two you picked. Jerry Sandusky and I didn't even know he was gay.
Well, I mean, he sucked little penis.
Yeah.
Do you know Jerry Sandusky?
No, Smollett. That's the guy who made up the story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is MAGA country.
Boy, nobody can bring in someone to a hall like Justin. Jesus. What else, Coleman? Regarding this, I mean,
Yeah, no,
we've gone nowhere on this.
I've always been a Steve guy, and the only thing that gives me pause is the fact that McFuss Daddy had this new show and was just trying to stir up clicks, trying to get a clip out there, and people would go that way. But ultimately, Steve has just flip-flopped back and forth this entire time and hasn't kept the story straight.
I don't think
so.
he
It's
knows
hard
what
to
do.
it's hard to
I
be
don't
on his
think
side.
He knows what to do. And
Come
I
on
think
the show. That's
doesn't
all
know
he
what
had to
because he's
do.
been caught lying and he doesn't know what to do.
All Steve had to do was show up here today and just confront the situation like a man, and he didn't do that.
No.
It's
And
yeah.
that's because-
I find it weird that like if you want to get away and take a break, I completely understand that. But yet then he's on Twitter just constantly engaging and getting on.
It was
and getting,
before the show.
was he really
Again,
What was he
yes.
doing?
He said, words of wisdom when hearing the fake news. Arm waving Academy Award performance by the movie guy on the @Kirkman show. Enjoy the false vendetta from a social media seagull who does not
Call him
know
up.
me.
You have his number?
Oh yeah.
See if he wants to answer. I don't know. Maybe he'll on the phone feel safer.
Well, actually, we have someone who can maybe provide some advice here on the line already.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Hello.
Is the girl in the tacky sweatshirt and the bootleg optometrist done talking yet? I've been on hold forever.
Who am I?
It's Chase Cullinane.
Oh, wow, Chase Cullinane. We haven't heard from him in a while.
Well, you were talking about kids and gifted kids. Uncle Kirky, I wanted to know if you want to hear from your favorite godson.
Sure, yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah, I'm up to a sissy yellow belt in karate, and I'm gonna get this gold medal in gymnastics.
That's great news, Chase. I'm very happy for you, buddy. How's your dad doing?
Yeah. And I'm doing good. He's saving up. You guys were talking about money, and you get better things with money. We're gonna go soon to Siesta Key. That's where we stay when we go to Disney. So Daddy's grinding, and then we got that 8-hour drive packed in the car, and Grandma's got her Jameson bottle in the back. I use them. I play my little songs. I do my little songs.
Oh, that's great,
And then I
Chase.
play them.
I'm happy to hear
It's
that.
great. Yeah, it's great. It's preparing me for a couple years when I start playing the skin flute. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily your future.
I don't know
Chase,
either. I don't know either. All right. See you later.
See you later, Chase. There you go. Chase Cullinane, the oldie but a goodie. Let's call Steve. Maybe he'll want to answer, maybe not. I don't know. Per advice of his attorney, probably won't.
He's deleting tweets this morning.
Is he really?
Always deleting.
He had a tweet this
God,
morning.
he's a weird
which
guy.
is-
His attorney definitely is above like a
And he has the
sub shop or
balls to
something.
call other people crazy. It's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, you may not be wrong.
Do I answer?
He's pretending like he's not. You know, he's doing that thing.
He's not.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
That's a send. That's not a.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
That was a full ring now.
Well, there you go. Well, I'm sure, Steve. I'm sure we'll talk to Steve some point in the future, I suppose. Any other final thoughts on Steve, Simlords guy?
Yeah, I was right. Killed him, whacked, as he would say.
See, you've been against him like since
he's calling
before.
back.
Oh, he's calling
Trying to
back.
Take him out.
Okay. Oh.
What? Yeah, I haven't liked him since.
Hello.
I've said that.
Hello.
Steve, how are you doing?
Hey, Kirk, how are you?
Good. I think it might be safer for you here as opposed to face with Simlords guy. Do you think he threatened your life in that? Do you think that was him with that parody account on Twitter or that burner account?
Probably not.
But
Who's to say, but probably not. If I had to guess, probably not.
You told me it was.
Well, maybe, but you can't rule out anything.
Okay. And then you want to say the Similords guys here. You said he was a very nice guy on the Shattuck. What's the name of the podcast, Alice?
The Leech's Show.
The Leech's Show. You said he was a very nice guy.
Yeah, I got nothing against him. I don't know anything. I don't know where this is coming up from.
You said to me in messages that you thought he was a psycho and he was trying to hurt you.
Kirk, if you look at his Twitter profile, a lot of posts are against me.
But you just said he's a very nice guy. But you just said he's a very nice guy, though. And you said you know where it's coming from, and I told you exactly where it's coming from you.
Kirk,
yes.
If you look at his profile,
I say
all
you
the
suck.
posts are against me.
So what?
I say you
That
stink on the
does
show.
seem like unhealthy.
Wait,
your level
wait,
of
is it
obsession
something-
with
Alice, I
Steve.
have 7,000
level of
Twitter accounts that are like
obsession?
that against me. So
Wait
what?
a minute.
Go ahead,
Wait,
Steve.
Should we
Can I-
just go through all the
Can I
tweets?
pull an Uncle? Is somebody
one all.
talking? Like, can I pull an Uncle June? Like, is there somebody talking? Like,
Go ahead,
can you be
Steve.
driving the car right now?
Go ahead. What do you got?
I don't have an issue at all. I don't know where this is coming from. It's a little overboard for me, and that's pretty much it. I don't want to play into the fake vendetta that's going on, and you got to have two equal sides, and it's not an equal side.
Why is it not an
I
equal?
just don't have an issue
Why is it not an equal side though?
because you need two people to dance, and I'm not going to dance because I don't have an issue with this kid. I don't know who he is. I know nothing about him.
Okay.
He knows nothing about me. Like what? I can't make up something for the sake of making it up, Kirk. There's just nothing here.
But you realize, like, he just doesn't like you on the show. Like, it's not like he's going to, again, drag you to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, I don't want you to die.
And
I mean, am I
that's
happy you're getting
100%
divorced?
fine.
Maybe.
Well, I think that's necessary.
It's a
Wait,
joke.
wait, who's talking? Is there someone talking right now? Like, I don't
What is this
understand
bit?
who's talking.
That is Cinema Lords talking.
Oh, okay. It was, well, I was trying to be Uncle June in Sopranos.
I got you the first time. Yeah, it didn't really work.
But again, Kirk, when I reached out to somebody a couple of months ago, and I say, "Hey, what's going on? Do you want to talk?"
He did
Let
that
me
to
know
you.
what's going on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
One
already-
second.
learn?
Steve, 1 second. So he did that to you
Oh, yeah. I already said that. We only exchanged one DM. He said it to me. It was very, very nice.
because you were being critical of him. He was trying to be proactive.
Yeah. He said, any
Yeah.
criticism you have, I'll gladly take. He said, I'm a fan of your podcast. And then at the end, he was like, if you choose not to respond to this, then no hard feelings. And I chose not to respond to it.
I also don't think your account is like full-time anti-Steve either.
It's not.
That's the other thing. Like it's not like it's sneakers or something. Like, it's not like this endless one of these guys going after me. It's not like that. He just doesn't like Steve on the show. I don't think. Am I wrong, Steve?
Which is totally fine because there's a lot of people who don't like me on the show, but I have a lot of like all it really came down to me, Kirk, was this week wasn't a good week. I have a lot of things that are going on in my regular life. And if you wanted to do this the week after next, fine. But I know the timing wasn't right. And not everybody has to like me on the show. Not everybody likes you, Kirk, because there are people that take shots at you, and it's totally fine.
Yeah, but Steve, I don't protect and unprotect and send messages and other messages, then run away, then screen, then hide, then say I'm not doing the show. I just say, all right, this guy doesn't like me. Or I go after them. One or the other. I mean, I don't. Hey, by the way, you came on the show. You got your bones on the show by saying that you hate Gus. Gus should be fired. Gus stinks. You were happy to come on here and go after Gus face to face, but when somebody doesn't like you face to face, you do duck and hide. I mean, I think that's a fair criticism.
100%. I agree with you. And like I said, I'm always here to listen, learn, and understand. And I'm listening to you, Kirk, and I agree with you on that. 100%.
Okay.
Like there's not, but there's going to be an issue. But if I came in with a variety of issues for Cinema Lords, I would come in, and I'm sitting here going, I don't have anything to bring to the table. Like, why would this be an enjoyment of? With Gus, I had some issues. With him, I don't have any issues. Like,
What would you like me to do? Make them up for you, Kirk?
Well, I mean, you sent me issues you had with the guy, and I suspect to Justin and to Coleman, right, Coleman? Am I wrong?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't, this is what I mean. I feel like you're not telling the truth entirely.
Shocking.
But I don't have...
Just like with
Kirk,
McFuss Daddy.
Oh, that's bullshit, man. Like, I don't know where he's coming from, but...
So Jeff D. Lowe, one of my best friends, Jeff D. Lowe, is a liar?
Yeah. they can both do a Thelma and Louise for all I care, Kirk, because it's totally 100% not the truth.
Okay.
I don't know where this is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's just, to use a word from the Montante, it's all fake news.
Okay.
You know, everybody wants to arm wave. Well, I know.
Not you, Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeff D-Lo wants the arm with.
Yeah, not Steve. Jeff D. Lowe. Yeah. Yes. All right. You have anything for Steve, Justin, or no? Looks like you want to ask something.
Steve, so last night I saw that you, out of your bio, took Minifan out and you put in free agent.
Oh, no.
And then this morning you were tweeting out pics tagging stool gambling and DraftKings
What a
partners.
loser.
know.
Alice, what is that about?
What?
I'm waiting for Steve to answer.
Okay.
Kirk, you told me I was whacked. I mean, pretty much. You said you don't want me in the show anymore. What am I supposed to do?
So just
You left me on an island.
now you work for stool gambling and you're a DK
No, I
partner.
don't work for anybody.
Why are you tweeting out pics with hashtag DK partner?
Yeah, what the? You think
You have
pay
so much
attention
going
to
on in your
that?
personal life.
That's a good point. Tough week to do that,
about-
Steve. You're very busy. I don't know. No?
then you're-
So much going on.
Tweeting to hubs and
Oh, really? Jesus Christ. This is sad.
Hey, you should maybe delete
Hey,
that account.
Bernie,
when you get the chance.
What's
yeah,
that?
I know. I should.
All right. All right. Okay.
so-
Okay. We're good. All right. See you later, Steve. Good. Goodbye.
So-
Okay. No. I mean, well, how do you defend that performance?
I win.
How do you defend that performance? Go ahead.
I think he doesn't know what to do right now. He's a little lost.
Go ahead, Justin.
I have a question. What tier on the burn barrel do you have to be for you to like come in and defend this person in person?
Is he the highest burn barrel? Are there levels of subscription? The burn
Yes,
barrel? What is
yes.
it? Burn barrel
There's,
pod.
like-
It's on Patreon.
It's on Patreon.
You
There's
just go to burn barrel.
Patreon.com/Burn Barrel.
Gotcha.
There's
So
Burn Barrel Podcast.
all right. So what are the tiers?
There's like 5, 10, and 25.
Is Steve a 25?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure what he is, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
He's got to be a 25. Yeah, he's a 25. I appreciate the defense, but I feel like even now, I could tell even that phone call you were deflating a little bit.
I
We know you
don't
like
think
Steve.
he's
That
going to
does-
work for DraftKings or anything.
You
But,
don't think that's gonna happen? You don't think that?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great if Hubs was like, wow, this guy's got something. Hubs. Well, there you go. I mean, I don't even know what else to say. I
Don't think there's anything else to say.
mean, why not just come in if you talk on the phone like that? That's what I don't get.
Well, he said it's because he had things to do today, but
I understand.
But the thing is originally he was supposed to come in yesterday, and he's
Right.
like, "Oh, I probably can't do Wednesday. I can do another day." So we moved to Thursday, and then he's like, "Oh, Thursday works," and then he said Thursday doesn't work. So pretty sure like we moved him to Friday. Friday wouldn't have worked.
He's just a crazy guy. It's okay. I think his heart is good when you get you. You may not agree.
I said, I don't think he's a bad guy.
I think he
don't he's a
absolutely
bad human
I think he
being.
absolutely spilled the beans on that Casey Smith thing to those guys, which is again, like I said yesterday, he was excited. It's not like Montante's an idiot. Like Steve was,
But like if I did that would be a bigger deal than if he did.
yes, you'd be in trouble if that.
Yes.
happened. Yeah. I mean, you give these crazy people some information, they're going to do crazy things. Montante's a lunatic. I mean, Steve is nuts, so that's going to happen.
I knew you made it to Chicago for the dozen. I didn't say anything. I could have pissed Jeff D. Lowe off. I could have
How'd you
ruined
know
that whole
that?
thing. The first time I came in, I was in here for 10 seconds. And I was talking to Cullinane, and it was the day before the live
Another
viewing.
idiot. Yeah.
And I was like, so he said something to me. We started talking. I was like, yo, did you guys start planning the Chicago, the Chicago trip and stuff? And he was actually, we just started last night. And I was like, so you guys are going to Chicago? And he was just like, fuck. He's like, don't bring that up on the show. I was like,
Yeah,
don't worry, Cullinane.
that would have been.
It's a weird comment.
That really is. All right. I think any other final thoughts on Steve or no, Alice? I know how much he means to you.
I don't think he told. I mean, there's a lot of knocks you can have on Steve. I don't think loyalty to Kirk
Give me a knock.
Minahan
Give me a knock on
is
Steve.
in
Then.
question.
Give me a knock on Steve. Then there's a whole bunch you said.
I mean, I think the DraftKings thing. I don't think. I think sometimes he thinks he's more important than he is. Possibly.
No. Well, first he would call you guys, right?
He did used to be a Burn Barrel
He'll be
chat
back.
caller.
He'll be
yes.
back. He's welcome to do that. He's a grown man. He can do whatever he wants. I think. I don't know. Well, you all right?
Yeah.
Grown man can't keep a secret, but grown man.
Well, we disagree on that.
Secrets are no fun.
What, like, I don't even understand.
No,
like,
yeah.
I get, okay, McFuss Daddy gets what, like 50 more fucking watches on the YouTube network if he keeps that secret?
I think
It's
that
not
probably means a lot
gonna
to
get picked
McFuss
up by
Daddy.
fucking iTunes
McFuss
or
Daddy's a
something.
man of honor.
He also gets
It's crazy.
discussed on. Well, Justin was trying to dox him. He also gets discussed on the show
versus
if he
brother.
does that. I'm just saying. Where if he doesn't, it doesn't get discussed. I mean, like there is sort of like that. Like I think he's telling the truth. I'm saying certainly the
McFuss
argument
Daddy
against is pretty easy to make.
He doesn't come off as an attention whore to me.
Not the same, but I'm just saying.
Nobody on either network
But he
comes
is
across
a
with
shit
attention.
stirrer though.
He's definitely not the type that would get mad at a live show ending a little early. You know,
Who's that?
McFuss Daddy.
I don't understand what you mean. As usual.
He's not an attention whore. I'm saying
live-
Cinema Lords did that.
What's that?
Oh, we're talking about
I got
Mike
upset
and
that
the
Mike and the Minifans.
Oh
ended
yeah.
early.
Well, and I did think it was interesting that like the blind Mike Ager like immediately got walked back on Twitter because Mike's like bigger, and then like but the Steve hate lived on.
No, I found out that Kirk told Mike to end the show early. So therefore, I was wrong for judging Mike because it wasn't his decision.
Yeah, it wasn't
It's
Mike's
not
call.
hard.
It was my
It's-
call.
It's not hard to follow.
You could be
It's
angry at
very
me
simple.
for ending it early.
Yeah, sure. All right, fuck you.
I'm just saying you could be. I mean, it's fine by me. I just didn't. I thought. No, you go back a month or whatever that was. Like I just kind of thought the show was done and people were already talking and drinking and eating and stuff. So I was like, oh, we're kind of good.
Well, once you show up and like you talk about things, it's like, what are we gonna
Well,
do?
that's not true. Mike could go back and do the show. I just kind of everyone's kind of seemed to be dispersing at that point. So I was like, we're probably done.
Well, yeah. Well, that's how it gets to be.
Right.
At those places. But
People were
then-
talking. Julie Montanti were making out. There was just like a bunch of stuff going on.
I said too, that was the first time I'd been able to go to one of those like pre-show
Yeah.
events, and I don't know, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, no, it was fun. We'll have one. We'll have Sacco
Well,
coming up, and then
Sacco,
we'll-
there's really not a.
that's true. Well, people hang out
It's like
before.
it's at Sacco. though.
Right, that's true. It's
not-
That's true. Yes.
Actually, yeah, no, let's go back to one last.
End of
thing.
October, beginning of November will be more like Portland.
Steve
Yeah.
said I was very upset because I didn't get called up to do Mike and the Minifans.
Okay, sure.
Even though me and Mike just exchanged one DM, I was never told I was going to be on.
You were on a list of potential.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
We
list
were
of
upset about
potential
not being on.
I
Seemed
do
like you're
feel
upset
there's
about
a little bit of jealousy
couldn't have cared
to
less.
Steve from Gloucester.
that Steve was on the show and he wasn't.
Okay. All I would say is that if I was wanting to get more attention like Steve,
Mm-hmm.
I would probably contact Justin and Coleman the way he does, asking to be on the show all the time.
You probably would have been, not to defend you, but you probably would have been hanging out with us.
Yep. I also think since Kirk is nice enough to let me put my podcast up on his network,
Yep,
I would
Similar's
probably
podcast, yeah.
try and do more episodes rather than do 2 in like 3 months. So to me, it just seems like I'm not doing much.
I will say,
harm.
Simon Lords does not seem to be. He's not. I know. I have a pretty good sense of when these people are like that. He doesn't seem to be one of those people. Whereas Steve does, and that doesn't even really bother me. I think that's funny. Like it's just funny. I don't. Whatever. Steve can. But like, yeah, I would not put Simon Lords in that category. Personally, I would not. And I have a pretty good sense of that stuff. I think over the years, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, and it's not like he's mad at like I don't know other third chairs. Like, Mut or Mike or Mick or any of these. I don't think.
Nope. You could shift through my whole Twitter. I don't complain about any of
Say
it.
shift through it?
Yeah, shift, right?
Okay. It's sift through it.
All right, there it is. You're not going to find me criticizing any network shows. I criticized you yesterday. I probably will continue to do that going
That's fair.
forward.
It seems reasonable.
Haven't complained about this show. Haven't complained about
Thank
any
you.
other
You
third
can
shares.
complain about the show. You're welcome to do
That's
that.
just the thing, though. Is I don't have to. I don't need to. I don't feel obligated.
Does it
to.
bother
I
you
love
that
the
Steve
show.
only has one kid? Should he have more kids?
Maybe he will.
He's like my age, though.
So he could. It's
I could
more
see
the.
him
It's
going,
more the
like,
woman's
young.
age.
What
Yeah.
tier is it to join?
Like,
How
really
about
young.
what's that? To join what?
To join a lovemaking session.
For what? The Shattocks?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys aren't doing that yet, are you?
No.
Okay.
no,
That's not going to happen.
no.
Okay. That seems reasonable.
I'd like to watch.
What's that?
Wow, I'm a part of something special today.
Yeah, but the other thing is like, so then once you're 52 or 53 and you have a kid, then you're like 70 when they graduate high school. That's like mean to the kid. You can't like play catch. You can't do anything. You can't walk. You can't do anything. You're old. Don't you think?
Everyone talks about that dad. Like that old
Yeah.
dad sitting there.
I'm like Harry. I was 37
think-
when Harry was born. I feel like that's the very end of reason-ish. Like it's like early. I'll give it till early 40s.
I feel like it's fine. I mean,
Because Tom's what now? He's 50, right?
yeah.
And the baby's how old?
The baby's like 6 months old.
6 months old. Yeah, that's
It's retired.
68. Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
But so what? I mean, I could marry a doctor if something happens to Sean.
It's true. It's good. It's probably a good idea. Is he active, like changing, like in the middle of the night feedings and stuff, or no?
Oh no, not that stuff.
No.
I mean, he took the older kids to play catch. Like, he does that.
Father of the year. Wow.
Doesn't sound like
That's
a
right. Famously
family man.
flew by himself on the plane while you had other kids on the other plane. So I liked. I've said this in the show before. I liked getting up in the middle of the night with Kate and Harry. Like it's a very. You probably think the men shouldn't do that. But I find it to be a very, at that time, really one-on-one, intense sort of personal time that, like, I miss a hell of a lot.
Yeah, I like
the quiet of it. Like, your brain, as you know, is mush the first 3 or 4 months. But I do miss those quiet moments.
Yeah, and I appreciate it more now because I know it's over so fast.
Right,
like,
it flies by.
With my first kid, it was like a blur. And, but now, like, where this one is probably our last kid, and I'm like... I know that in a year, like I'm going to look back on this time and be like, oh, I have.
True. Even between the first and second kid, though, the first kid, everything is a momentous occasion. Like, oh my God, she sat up. Oh my God, she made eye contact. Oh, she's sleeping through the night. Where even by the second kid, by like, you're like, oh yeah, right. He's eating now. Okay, right. He's walking. Like, it is different. I don't know. You'll find that one day, Justin.
Did your parents like put Kate on a pedestal? Because
she was the first.
She was the first
great kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with me on my mom's
Yeah.
side. Yeah, it was whereas my dad's side, I was like 7th or 8th. Same with Kate on that side.
Yeah.
And Harry was almost the youngest. He was the second oldest. So, yeah, that's for sure true.
Yeah,
Yes.
my grandmother on her deathbed.
I think you just wanted to tell the story.
Told
So
me
go
that
ahead. Yeah,
I
I didn't. Why'd you even ask me? You just wanted to tell the story.
No,
I hate when people do that. I could tell you were saying yeah, and you wanted to tell your story. I hate when people do that. Go ahead. Although I do it all the time.
She told me that I was her favorite. It was nice.
What's she gonna say? She's dying. What's she gonna say?
No, she didn't tell the other grandkids.
How do you know that? Did you ask them?
I know that because my brother was like, yeah, she told me that. You're not
Justin.
Yeah, Justin was.
How many grandkids did she have?
6.
6. Is that Bubba's wife?
Yes. Priscilla.
Priscilla. Bubba and Priscilla.
Well, no.
Trudell.
Bill and Priscilla.
Why no? Trudell?
Yes.
Is that Trudell? That's true. Priscilla Trudell. That's a nice name.
Yes.
When did she croak?
When I was like 9 years ago. I was a junior in high school.
Of cancer or
yes, cancer.
Cancer. Yeah, the big casino, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
That's very sad. Is Bubba at all considered dating?
No, not at all.
He's done. Not happening.
I don't think so.
What? He's done?
I don't think he's considered
old is he?
dating. He turns his birthday's on Tuesday.
Oh, that's nice. How old will he be?
84.
Oh, yeah, it's probably. Like I said, I think about that. My parents. My dad's anniversary is Saturday, 7 years. And I do wonder if my mom was completely healthy. If she'd be like, she was 66 when she died. She'd be like in her early 70s now. Would she be dating somebody? Would she be remarried? She didn't like to be alone.
We do have someone involved in the world whose father-in-law has apparently left town.
That's true. But again, I think that's completely
No, it should
fine.
be, yeah.
Like, what are you supposed to be alone?
Be miserable?
Yeah, be Bubba, sit there, hang out with you, and drink coffee with those losers. Sounds like an awful life.
man.
Yeah,
And I do think 60s isn't what it used to be. Like,
I agree with that. Oh, for sure.
people
Yeah.
seem so much younger now. Maybe I'm just getting older. I don't know. But
Yes, I think that's true to some extent. But still, if you're 66 and your kid is 2, I think that's a tough assignment.
I mean, look at Alec Baldwin has his young wife who
yeah,
pretends to be like
father-
Spanish.
He's
and
great.
I think his kids are going to be totally fine.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure Alec Baldwin's kids are going to be totally fine. He's a
Yeah,
fucking
I think they're gonna be
psychopath.
Yeah, he hasn't. There's no like voicemails of him calling his daughter a
You fat pig. He's a lunatic, and
Yeah.
she's nuts. They're whack. Those kids are...
They're fine.
How do you know that?
They're fine.
Based on what?
They're totally fine. Nothing's wrong. Everybody acts like, oh, life is the worst it's ever been. You can't bring children into this world, and like it's.
I'm not
life
saying
is
that.
so-
I'm saying-
you said life is so terrible.
Life is
earlier.
terrible. I'm saying is...
It's the best.
If your
life
father...
is the best it's ever been in the history of humanity.
I like the 1830s better. Except for the
Oh, the
racism.
racist?
Yeah,
No,
the
I
racist got in the way. Taylor Swift in 1830 would have been on a plantation, the happiest fucking slave-owning
God.
wife of all time. The whitest person who ever lived. The idea that she'd be like, you know what?
Hate the racism.
Something really is wrong. Let's end this shit right now. Give me a fucking break. Like I know you like her. I heard you.
I love her.
And I know
Yeah.
you like her, Jess, but give me a fucking
of
break.
course. And
I
also, like,
mean, what a
what-
phony.
Even if she was very against racism, what would she have done in
Yeah,
the
well,
1830s?
would she gonna be Harriet Tubman's sister, Taylor Tubman? They'd be building the. What are we talking about? So, what a dummy! What a dummy!
She said that line
and she's
because-
very talented, but what a dummy!
She said that line because if she just says, I would like to go back to the 1830s, people would have been like, Taylor, you know that was racism back
Yeah,
then.
she tries so hard, and like they're never gonna like her.
Of course not.
People that she's trying to impress with that stuff.
Right, you gotta learn that. Yeah,
It's like even her first album, like off that record label
Picture to
that she
Burn.
hated, she like her first independent one when she did Lover.
this when the guy
like,
touched her bum, that radio guy, or no?
No.
Yes, around that time, but this was different.
Okay.
Yeah, so but like she has songs on there that are like she
Straight
never
white guy
made
sucks.
anybody less gay, and like The Man, where it's like
really?
this like cringy feminist, like if I were a man, everybody
Man's
would take
pretty
me
funny.
seriously.
But she's
like she tries so hard to do the liberal thing, and I love her. So like I'm like they're never gonna like you. So the sooner she like gets over
they
the
love
fact
her.
that they're never. Yeah, but they criticize everything she does. It's like her boyfriend made a comment on a podcast years before, and it's like so problematic that you're dating him. We need you. Like her fans are writing manifestos saying that she has to like stop dating him because he
Who,
said
Travis
something-
Kelce?
No, Maddie Healy, the guy she dated before Travis Kelce.
I-
This
who
whole
is-
album
who
is
the
like
hell are these
about.
people?
The 1975. Have you heard of them?
No.
Oh, he's a singer for the 1970s.
Why don't you just date a regular guy? Just date like
Kind of is.
I love
Date
her
like
with
a
Travis
producer of a
Kelce. I
podcast.
think
you think he's a
it's
regular
great.
guy?
Comparatively, like he's just a
Very
football
famous. I'm
He's just-
saying,
he's just
why
a
don't you just date
football
like a
dummy.
like a
Just
like
call
a
Travis Kelce a regular guy.
Like compared to like all
No.
these artists
No.
and stuff.
Why
He's
don't
just
you
like
just date like a lawyer or
I
something?
think he
A
has
podcast
very
guy
like
works out of-
wholesome
Huh?
family
Podcast
values
producer out of
like she
Watertown or
does.
something.
Yeah, she would definitely be attracted. you're her type for sure.
Yeah, you don't know that.
See a lot of pedophiles out there.
Justin, doesn't your girl like be? I think she's with some random Joe Schmo there, Sydney Sweeney. I think he's just like
He's like a producer, a Hollywood producer.
Oh, is he? All right, I thought he was like a complete nobody.
You know what I call her? Mid-knee Sweeney. Mid-knee Sweeney. What do you think of that, Justin?
I call her Milky Swindy.
Mama.
I saw a picture of she's doing a movie with a girl who's
Ana de
who-
Armas.
Yeah, and that girl blows her out of the water. Out of the water.
She's
And Sydney Sweeney's
actress,
very
though.
attractive, huh?
She's a terrible actress though.
Oh, great.
She's
great
the one they
symbol.
have playing Marilyn
Terrible,
Monroe, right?
terrible. But like, Sydney Sweeney's a very attractive person. They're all far too young for me, but
Ana de Armas is
blows her away.
36.
Blows her away.
Ana de Armas is like 35.
Whatever. They not even close. Not even close.
She's very attractive.
Not even like a human being.
It's insane.
She was Bond.
Newfie
girl,
Malufie.
right?
What's that?
She was a Bond girl.
The last one, yeah, the one
Yeah.
that stunk where he died at the end, which is so stupid. He's got a kid. I'm like, James Bond's a fucking kid. James Bond, we can agree James Bond shouldn't have kids, right? Can we agree on that? So we can just.
I mean, he seems to have really good genes to pass.
You want James
on in
Bond to
most of
fucking
these
be like
movies. I
fucking
don't know.
like having that fucking thing. What's that thing that when you're carrying the kid? on
Like
the
a
front
baby Bjorn
Yeah, you want,
kinda
you want James Bond to be doing that as tuxedo? Absolutely not. What else is going on?
I guess the only other thing too with this is that
This still?
no, just kind of outside of it. But Tom Shattuck was the last person to appear with Mick
That's
before
true.
Mick went away.
Well, yeah.
Is he to blame here?
I think there's something to it. Yeah, I think Tom probably had something to do with it.
It's possible.
No question.
Possible.
I mean, that's a. I haven't watched much of it, but Tom was doing the Tom Shattuck biography, and that can drive any man to the brink. I know that for sure. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard word one from Mick since I reached out. I mean, he got back to me, but I think he's actually taking. Maybe others should take this lesson. He's. I need some time off, do a little personal inventory, make sure everything's okay. I love Mick, and I hope he's back. I think. I don't know.
He'll be back.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, if he's not, if he's happier, like I always say, I said this to Steve, if you're happier taking a break, take a break, but you can't kind of go half in. I think, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
It can be addicting. It can be hard to quit.
I know. Believe me, I know. What else?
We do have an update from Gus in regards
What
to
time was he doing this till last night, by the way?
Like 5
went
a.m.
for
I was up as
8 hours.
always in the middle of the night because I have to pee every 2 hours. And he was playing this thing at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, I think I woke up at 4 because I wake up early. But I think I saw he was like on and it said live and 14 people watching. I was like, can that be right? Did YouTube?
So I did
not
the same thing.
refresh?
I did the same thing.
Am I confused right now? Like, how is he still?
What's he
up?
doing?
He's cutting grass, and he did make us some money last night.
I saw somebody gave him $500.
Yeah.
He should get that. I mean, Dave Portnoy's getting that. Yeah. I mean, Jesus. Okay. Well, good.
All for Jeff
There you
to
go,
not pick
Alex.
up.
I will call for 500, but I got to see the money first. I'm not just calling and then you backing out.
What's that background?
It's a weed whacker.
Good God. Did he call Jeff?
He did it.
So how does this work? Stop for a
Well-
second. How does this work with the $500?
They
So-
just there's like these things called like super chats
So
basically.
in the chat, you
Yeah.
can normally chat. You could be Kirk Minahan typing and saying like,
We don't have
"Oh,
this on the show, right?
I think all Barstool accounts have it.
They have it, but
Yeah.
you just
Okay, don't do that.
you just don't promote it.
don't
Because
do
what
that.
happens is they want you to be like, hey, super chat, and we'll read you and say, oh, Tony says Kirk's new haircut looks pretty stupid.
That feels very blind, Mike. I'm not doing that.
So anyway,
You guys do that?
No,
No.
we just have the tiers and that's it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I get it if you need the dough. Yeah.
So this guy sends $500.
Who was it? It's just a lunatic.
Alex Nenepoulos.
Okay, it's probably not. Yeah. Okay. Why don't you just send me like 25? Send me like 25,000. Go ahead. Did you call Jeff?
Yep, he's calling Jeff.
What time is this at?
This
This
is
is from the West Coast.
I mean, this is just incredible.
This is great. This is fantastic, by the way.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Jeff's gonna pick up.
He didn't pick up.
Nope.
No. But he got the $500.
Well, no, he didn't get the $500.
Oh, we got the $500. So
Yeah.
Dave did.
Barstool did.
Yeah.
Well, good. Oh, good. $500. Fantastic.
So that's the new line for network shows.
Okay. Good. Excellent. What else?
But anyway,
Oh.
in regards to Gus, he reached out yesterday.
Regarding what?
The porn.
Oh, the porn. Yeah. Uh-huh. I feel like that's definitely going to happen.
I know my wife would not allow me to star in a porno, but if I had a stunt dick, no sex but can cameo. Just talk to the wife. Is firm no sex with anyone but her?
That seems reasonable.
Which I agree with.
Okay. It seems fair.
So I sent.
He did agree with it. Okay.
I sent him this article that there's a difference between lovemaking and having sex.
Uh-huh.
So I thought maybe if he showed his wife, and then he goes, "I love my wife. I cannot and will not do that to her."
Seems fair.
So
I suspect that's not going to happen. This porn. It's probably not going to happen. This too.
We did.
One can hope.
We got hit up by some guy who said that he appeared in a porn with a MILF already and was wearing a Kirk Minahan show shirt in it.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
What?
He sent a picture. Yeah.
What site was this on? How did I miss that? I thought I've seen everything. What, are you kidding me?
it's go to the show account.
Go to the show account.
DMs.
Oh, I can't. I don't know where the heck I'm going to have that.
I love, by the way, that
Wait,
Gus is
Robert
like,
Oppenheimer?
my wife is firm on no sex. Like, he really tried to convince
Yeah,
her.
I mean, he had a conversation. I would think she'd be dying to get him away from her. Jesus.
Oh, okay, I just sent it.
What's that?
I just sent you the his post that he sent.
Here is a MILF porn I shot with a professional bodybuilder. She is fucking wild. Please know that I have a Kirk t-shirt on. I'll bang a MILF in the office, no problem. I have clips of my art if you need them too. Let me know your earliest convenience.
You want me to ask for some clips?
I mean, if you'd like to see them, Justin, I'm looking at the... Is that her below him?
Yes. He's doing like a reach around.
That looks like a tough scene to me. I don't know.
Also,
But this will be under Justin's direction, right? So this will be...
That's true.
Like, he probably would set up the shots better and stuff.
Where do we air this out of curiosity?
Starring
the hub.
OnlyFans?
Huh? What's that?
Pornhub.
I guess we could start an OnlyFans. The other Kelly Keegs has. We could do that, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Would you be down with your girl doing that? Some lords or no? You don't have to say yes. No pressure.
I mean, honestly, I'd consider it.
Okay, good. Yeah, we'll throw you a few bucks.
I could probably, yeah, why not? Fuck it. I'm in. Let's go.
She's wild.
For the show.
Yeah.
She is.
Oh my God.
She is.
She was crazy at the Gritty's. It was insane. It was inappropriate. All right. Well, yeah. He doesn't want to say his account, though. First of all, the account's offensive. It's more offensive than his work if you see the account, Justin.
I do.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I don't know if he wants to say the account.
Okay, it's also not accurate anymore, if we're being fair, but yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, he worked hard at it. Yeah, I'm proud of him. Love him. What else going on?
This Ian Kennedy guy, again, yesterday, just...
Oh, my God. He messaged, so we messaged back and forth last night. Did he tell you that or no?
No.
So I sent him a message. This Ian Kennedy is the Canadian guy who's very offended by these cartoon bears having sex. Which I suspect will kick off the Unnamed show in a few hours. I don't know. It sounds like there's maybe some disagreement in the air about this one today. We'll see. So I messaged Ian Kennedy last night. I said, hey, Ian. I said, again, I'd rather have this debate on my show, sort of furthering the online. We went back and forth online a little bit last night. I'll allow you to say whatever you want. I think two people disagreeing on an issue and actually talking it out is healthy and missing in culture today, but I suspect you'll never do that. He responded, hey, Kirk, I may have missed the again portion. I didn't watch the clip you tagged me if that's where it's from. I don't see it as a debate. I'm actually not sure what there would be to debate. Is your intent to educate your listeners about issues in hockey? Is the intent to look at the root cause of how sexual violence has been normalized in hockey? Regardless of what you thought of the image, regardless of the way Ryan thought of the image, if we take out the image entirely and forget about what's depicting and how it's depicting it, the image, the impact of the image remains the same. So why would you and I debate this? We can see people are upset. We can read the responses and accounts from survivors of sexual violence who find the image upsetting. I'm sorry, but what will we debate? The importance of keeping the image on X, of people posting the photo relentlessly in replies to women and survivors? Shouldn't that be enough? We can say sorry. We'd like to know why that image is upsetting. All this about is listening to the victims and people impacted. It's not a debate. So then, yeah, that was really it. More of that. Hope you have a good night. He was very cordial, but yeah.
It's always funnier when Ryan Whitney's getting raped.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, he's like a Julie the Car. He's a loon. He's a lunatic. Like,
I do
he seems
think
like a
that
sweet guy, but he's a lunatic.
educating listeners on the topic of sexual violence in hockey culture would be like a less successul podcast.
You don't think it'd be a lot of fun if we shoot the shit about that 4 days a week? Also, I don't.
You could hear from survivors.
Right. I don't even know what that means. How is hockey? And maybe as a good answer, if he came on, we could talk about it. How is hockey
like uniquely sexually violent?
Right, more than football.
Well, there's been some
basketball?
stories recently about
players,
Team Canada and things like that.
Right, but I'm saying, but what does that have to do with the actual game of hockey?
I don't think it has much.
I mean, this happened in history with baseball. It's happened in law offices. It's happened with Supreme Court justices. It's happened with presidents. It's happened with, restaurants. It's happened with every culture that men run these things and men are fucking animals. Like this is, I'm not saying it's right, it's wrong, but there's nothing to do with the fact that it's a game where there's sticks and pucks. It just isn't, I don't think.
Or to do with the fact that somebody posted a picture on Twitter.
Yes, of cartoons.
Yes, it's pretend. And I was thinking about this because I was like, and I'm not really old enough to have this core memory, but it was still a big enough thing when I was a kid that like the Patriots like squish the fish cartoons where it's like killing the dolphin and stuff. And like nobody was like, oh my God, it's literally advocating to murder dolphins. And that's like extremely upsetting and scary. And like they're literally saying that you should go kill dolphins.
Probably would today though, if they did,
like,
I guess.
I mean, I guess like murder is worse than rape, right? Theoretically.
Like, sort of. I don't think in that culture, I actually don't think it is.
They used to do like those shirts too with like one, like it'd be like a baby in a Red Sox hat and he'd be literally pissing on a baby with a Yankees hat.
Right.
I remember those like early 2000s. I feel like those were everywhere.
Yeah, so I guess it's just, I mean, this guy seems like he's really, really into this world. So he's like a nice enough guy, but just seems crazy. I don't know.
So I found he does have a podcast.
Oh!
On YouTube.
A lot of laughs or no?
Tons of laughs. This is the intro to it.
Welcome called to Line Change, a podcast about hockey, social issues, and change makers in the game we love. I'm your host, Ian Kennedy.
And it says to hold the door open to new ideas and voices, grow the game, break barriers, create space to call others in. It's time for a new shift.
Is he open to having sex with this female bodybuilder? If you reach out to him, she's a woman. She's she's a powerful woman. I don't know.
I have not.
Okay, go ahead.
But most of the podcasts were just him talking about in this new PWHL. But I found one where he's talking about PETA. He had a woman on because apparently the NHL was doing something with alligators.
Okay.
Welcome to another episode of Line Change. I'm your host, Ian Kennedy, and we're here again to talk about hockey, social issues.
You can't see this, but in it, he actually has sidelined in his bat.
Oh, really? Julie the Car's book? That's very funny. That's very funny. Did you see the tweet he had to her? He was like, I wish I could be hanging out with you today, but Ottawa has not, I haven't got my vaccination yet. I'm still in my house. This guy's probably had like 14 vaccinations, I'm going to guess.
Oh, he's
I don't want to judge because I get I have so many, phobias and stuff that I can barely walk around sometimes. But when I do see somebody still with like a mask on outside, I do judge them. And I shouldn't, but I do.
What if they're really old?
No, that's fine. But I'm saying like a normal, like a person like our age or younger, and they have their mask, and I just want to say, like, just relax. Like it's real. We're good. Like you're gonna be fine.
Have you been? When was the last time you were told to wear a mask?
I don't even know. It's been a few years, I think, right?
You lucky bitch.
Oh, when were you?
A couple months ago.
When?
I went over a friend of a
friend.
Again,
Justin just wanted to tell a story, by the way. Note that, Coleman.
Yes.
See if you noticed this about you?
Yeah, well, it's a story to tell.
Go ahead. But why ask me that question then?
Because I didn't know if you've recently.
But you see him saying, though, like he wanted to tell this story.
I think that's very normal, though. Like
maybe. I'm just probably, go ahead.
Why do you have a story?
Go ahead.
So yeah, I went over to someone's house and they were like, "Oh, can we put on a mask?"
Did you leave?
I was like, "Okay."
Who?
So I just it was a friend of a
What
friend.
terrible story this is. Who is it?
I'm not gonna say.
Why?
'Cause it's a friend. This person's not a.
Wear mask inside their house and you did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like 3 months ago.
Tough guy.
Crazy.
Just a tough guy. You're sitting there with your mask on. What do you do? All this a big Republican. You're fucking walking around with your mask on.
The things we do for pussy, Kirk.
Jesus Christ.
You just have like a box at the front door for you to grab one as you come in.
A very interesting conversation for me. Not one that I ever anticipated having in the hockey world. I've always been an animal lover growing up on a farm. And seeing those animals, I never thought a single thing about the ethical side of it. I was as in the dark as anyone else on this topic. Growing up about an hour from the Detroit border, I was a faithful Red Wings fan, and every spring I was always excited to see the first octopus thrown on the ice. Watching Al Sabodka, the Zamboni driver, famously step on the ice each time and swing that octopus around gave me an incredible feeling.
Can I just say, is he about to consider the octopus? Is he going to do that for us? Is he going to consider the feelings of the octopus?
Oh, yes.
There was just like a documentary about octopuses. That, like,
My
they're
octopus
really,
teacher or whatever?
That
No.
they're
Is
like
that the
really
one?
smart or something. I don't know. Somebody was telling me they don't eat octopus anymore because like they're really.
Did you ever?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, other people do. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
That meant my Detroit Red Wings had scored a goal. I grew up in the era, of course, of people like Steve Yzerman and Nick Lidstrom and watched 4 Stanley Cups being raised in Detroit. And so we saw a lot of octopus, but I never thought of that animal. I never thought of the ethical decision to throw an animal onto the ice.
Poor guy.
Welcome to another...
Poor guy. I mean, God, it's a tough way to go through life, isn't it?
Of course, the legend of the octopus goes as such. In 1952, the Detroit Red Wings were in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I can't listen to this.
But
Jesus. And he loves Julie, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's into her.
Well, who doesn't?
That's true. Yeah, he's into her. Good God. Huh. Yeah, so he said no, but whatever. I mean, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'll be curious what Dave has to say about this today. I don't know. We'll see. What else?
Oh.
Miltons, by the way, a store for men, of course, Miltons.com. Social Plaza, Braintree, Chestnut Square, Chestnut Hill, and their newest location. The Burlington Mall, Social Plaza, is not the original one. Chestnut Hill is, but of course, Burlington Mall. Go to Miltons.com. Get your great clothes. Lots of stuff coming up. Prom, wedding, what else? Your graduation. You have all these things. And you just want to look good. You get a suit like I was wearing in Chicago last week. You get moving right now. Yeah, it's prom. I guess the seniors in high school are getting out pretty soon, right? Right about now? I think we did, right?
Like mid-May.
Mid-May, yeah.
They do.
And then the prom is right around. In Winchester used to have the prom in the center. They do it now in or at the fields of the middle school. Now they do it in some. Everyone does it at hotels now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I don't know where Lexington does it. You're from
When I was
Lexington,
in
right?
high school, yeah, we had the my senior prom was at the Fairmont Copley Plaza.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. No, not us. Not us. Definitely not. So yeah, go to Miltons.com right now. Take a look around. The official sponsor of the Kirk Minahan Show. Our great partners at Miltons. What else?
I don't know if you saw Mark Titus kind of throwing shade at you and the other judges in his tweet
no.
about Last Gun in the Bullet.
Oh, no.
He was like,
I'm
yeah,
scared of yak, man. I'm not doing that.
it's finally out for everyone to see for the first time, if you haven't already, just like the judges, like the BC.
Be very clear.
judges.
Titus is a pouty guy. I get along fine with him. He's a pouty guy. I voted the film second, as did Dan Katz. Jeff voted first. We didn't get to talk about it for some reason on the actual film festival, but that's fine. We flew to Chicago. We stayed at a nice hotel. I ate some nice meals. Had a couple nice runs. I'm a semi-Chicago guy. I'll say this: I've had conversations with Dan about being in Chicago. I have had conversations in a year or two from now, maybe about going to Chicago permanently.
Well, you got to bring at least one person with you.
Gus?
Yep.
Yeah, I might do that.
Also, like, be established there by then, I assume.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. He'll be a big star there.
You'll have to go to him to ask him
Definitely.
if you can come to the Chicago
Believe me,
office.
he's
He'll have
getting
to vouch for you.
They send him $500 a night. He'll be in Chicago. His movie was the movie was good. The guy who directed did a good job. But again, if you want to be serious, if you can be a film critic about it, there were major plot holes in the story. In the film, if you guys watched it, I don't know if you watched it or not, St. Lawrence guy. There's no reason why Donnie's character would have Titus's character meet him in that warehouse, other than just to get shot. Like, it just sets it up well. If he thinks he's guilty of doing that, why would he meet him in the middle of nowhere? Makes no sense. And then, look, I'm a film critic. I'm being critical. I'm judging the winner of this film. The first scene, because they do it for a punchline, they're like, oh, there's cum in the pussy of the woman, right? And then later on, they say there's no DNA.
Oh,
shit.
Again, I am just being a critic. There are plot holes, and I think the short film felt to me about a minute too long, whereas the other one was just a horror movie, and it was well done. It was just lean, good horror movie. It's a better movie than the other movie, and they thought they were going to win because I saw them walk around. Titus and these guys thought they were the prom kings and queens of the show. So they walked around in Thailand. They stormed off when they lost, by the way. And I thought the other one was better. And Titus won Best Actor, by the way, too, I think. I voted for the other guy, but Titus won. And there were plot holes in that movie, but they thought they were going to get coronated, and it wasn't as good as the other movie. Believe me, I could talk to Titus all day about this happily. It's just who Titus is. He's a complainer, and that's okay. So am I. I'm a complainer too.
Great Stephen Shea cameo.
Great. Jerry's cameo was great too.
Jerry's was good too.
Very funny. Yeah.
Those two was head and shoulders above the first two. They were so much better.
Yeah. You can take the pussy out of the ringer, but you can't take the ringer out of the pussy, is what I would say about Mark Titus. You know what I mean?
Did he come from the ringer?
Yes. Wow. Or maybe Justin just assumed that and let the statement stand on its own. Wow. Yeah. That's what I would say. And I like Titus. I got no problem with him, but you don't get everything. You didn't deserve to win. That movie wasn't as good as the other one. I'll stand by it. I would have liked a forum where the three of us could have had that discussion and gone back and forth with the people who thought they deserved to win. And I appreciate his passion. He wanted to win. He worked hard on it. And so the director, I thought, did a pretty good job. But again, there were plot holes. I take film very seriously. You tell me a movie, I'll tell you, maybe I didn't like it because of a significant plot hole. I don't like The Departed because there are huge plot holes in that film.
And
huge.
Bad accents.
Huh? And bad accents.
Yeah, the accents.
Huge plot holes in that movie. Matt Damon fucking kills a guy and then he just sneaks back in the office and erases the tape. It's so fucking stupid. Nobody's filming that in a fucking police office? There's nobody filming them?
Right.
It's stupid. Drives me crazy. It's dumb. So, and there's no way that Jack Nicholson's character ever would let him be part of his crew when he found he was in the police force. That would never happen. So, it's stupid. Dumb. And Martin Sheen, who was a great actor, one of my favorite actors, I'd love to have him on here, but these guys won't make that happen, has a terrible accent in that movie. Terrible. And nobody talks like that anyway.
Matt Damon's bothers me too, just because he's from here, and it seems like he's actively forcing out an accent when it's just
But a lot of people,
it's like the Will Hunting accent. It's like Will Hunting might talk like that, but that character wouldn't talk like that.
Right. It's a lot of people from around here don't have Boston accents.
I'm from here.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, he has an accent, but it's more almost like that Rhode Island.
It's a melting pot.
Yeah. But I don't know a lot of people, and I grew up in Winchester, so I understand this is different. People from Winchester talk different than people from Somerville, who talk different than people from Barnstable. That is true. But my friends and I were never it's fucking wicked cold out here today. It's fucked up. I don't know what the fuck to do here. What the fuck is wrong with the Celtics? What the?
Well, that's how you're going to sound, just so you know.
Yeah. What do you mean? Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I hope so.
No, but they feel compelled anytime a movie's like Boston.
Right.
Even though it would just be better most of the time if they would just let people talk normally.
Correct. And you don't get distracted. Yeah. God bless George Clooney. Ironically, in the film The Perfect Storm, the boat, it was about the Andrea Gale. He said, I remember in an interview, he was like, I'm just not going to do an accent. It's just going to be distracting. Paul Newman in The Verdict did not have an accent. And it was fine. You're never... that's why I don't like Good Will Hunting that much. I think the accents are just too... It's like a SNL sketch almost.
Christian Bale did a little something in The Fighter,
but it was
nothing
fine.
over the top.
No,
Yeah,
it was
right,
fine.
exactly.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg was fine in that, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought Mark Wahlberg was fine in The Departed.
Yeah. Actually, that's one of my favorite Mark
Yeah, he was
Wahlberg
nominated
roles.
for that.
Yeah,
I thought he was good. So, yeah. What else? But yeah, I get Ty. I completely understand. Titus is upset because he lost. He's a competitor. I have no problem with that. What else?
To stay on the topic of hockey, Dale Arnold was on a podcast talking about Jack. Did you say Dale Arnold doesn't like Jack Edwards?
Yes.
Well, he didn't come off that way.
I'm stunned.
I don't think I've ever met anybody who has more fun doing his job than Jack does. He's enthusiastic. He's fun. He loves doing it. And there were certainly hockey fans of other teams out there who didn't like Jack at all. But
what podcast is this?
Loved him.
It's
Joe Rogan?
Yeah. No, it's just some two guys from New Hampshire.
Okay, yeah.
Sounds worse than mine.
And he certainly developed a fan following throughout New England that was pretty strong and pretty impressive. I wish Jack nothing but the best. He has been a credit to the Bruins, but to my profession as well, something that I made a living at for a long time. And I'm hoping that everything goes great for Jack from here on out.
It's the main rundown podcast.
I mean, what's he gonna say? Whatever. He likes. I mean, whatever. Great. Dale's fine. He's retired. He's happy.
He did have a funny tweet last night, which is weird. Obviously, watch a lot more hockey than basketball, but watching Celtics to honor the career of @Celtics Voice, a Hall of Famer in every regard.
He wasn't gonna watch the game.
Apparently, he needed to make it known that
Mike Gorman.
Don't make a big deal that he's watching the.
Also, I forgot to tell this Mike Gorman. Mike Gorman is a super guy. He called his last game last night. One of the nicest guys. So when I first did Enough About Me, Ben Kitchen was the producer, and I was going to do a podcast with Mike Gorman. So I went to the Garden before the game, and Ben sent me with this equipment that I would set up myself and interview. It was like a kit, I don't know, whatever it was, and interview Mike Gorman, who was a fan of the show. And I grew up listening to Mike Gorman because he did the Bird games. Like, I loved Mike Gorman. I think he was great. I think he's great. So I did the thing with him, and we talked for like an hour, and he was awesome. Very funny. We talked for a while after, done. I go back. I'm like, this is really good. It was a lot of fun. And Ben's like, yeah, he's like, you fucked, like, it didn't work at all. Like, I didn't know how to do it. I fucked it up. So I called Mike Gorman the next day, and he was like, well, let's just do it again. And like, we did it again. I did it from the studio like 2 days later. Great. Couldn't have been nicer. And like, I was already doing the mornings and very established, but I think it had been 6 years earlier, and I was doing week. He would have been the exact same guy. So super, super nice guy. So I'm bummed out that he's not doing the games anymore because the guy who replaced him stinks. But he's probably it's nice. It's nice to know, you're that age and you're retiring. Great career. The best play-by-play guy ever. So yeah, there you go. What else?
Do you think this grudge match is going to happen? This Jerry and Kevin Connolly thing?
He's not.
No chance.
Zero. I texted Jerry, by the way, and offered my services as a caddy if that happens. So
that'd be fantastic.
A little local knowledge, golf knowledge, and maybe be able to talk a little shit to Kevin Connolly. No, why would Kevin Connolly do that? I mean, I'm not saying he shouldn't, but I'm saying Kevin Connolly. What we know about him, is he going to do that? No chance.
At this point, no.
No, he's a pussy.
I guess if it had happened earlier on, and
0.0 chance. They do it for charity. Maybe make him look good, but he's not going to do that. I don't know if he's good at golf or not. I have no idea. I don't know anything.
Plays an entourage.
Jerry?
Yeah, no, I know Jerry. I've seen Jerry play. He's okay. I mean, he's what he is, but I don't know about Kevin Connolly. I have no idea. No chance. 0.0. What else?
Played any rounds yet this year?
No, have you?
I played 3.
Where do you play?
I play at Swansea Country Club a lot. That's the best like public course around me. But
Yeah.
Acushnet Valley, Wayland City in New Bedford, a couple other ones, smaller ones.
I don't play much anymore. I'm playing in a tournament with my buddy Andy Nolan for a charity he's got in a couple of weeks. But like, I don't play much anymore. I should play more. I don't play much.
Did you have like do you belong? You don't have to say.
Yeah, yeah, sure, yes, yeah. I play golf sometimes, but yeah, I don't. I don't know. I just like playing 9 holes now. That's the other thing. 18 holes takes forever. I'm bored after like 12 holes.
Are you betting on the holes?
No.
Do you go with anyone?
No. For me, golf's a gentleman's sport. Yeah. Unless it's the Ryder Cup and I take the money. It's different. What else?
We have a song.
Is it any good?
Yeah, it's decent. It's by
But just play it. Just play it.
I gotta step in here.
Hold on.
Shit,
Hold on. Where are you guys at on the Mut Coleman, Alice? Where are you at in the Mut Coleman situation?
You know how there's like the Reddit sub that's "Am I the asshole?" and like you can pick like you're the asshole or the other person.
Is that the one where they tell the stories?
Yeah.
Because Harry listens to us. He'll have, because Alexa or whatever will do the "Am I a genius?" He listens to those sometimes. Yeah.
So, but it's like people put their
Yeah.
beefs up there, and one of the options you can pick is like everyone sucks here,
Sure.
and I sort of feel that that's like the Mut Coleman like.
Let me ask you, to be fair, to be consistent, if you're critical of Cinema Lords, shouldn't you be critical of Mutt, who's not
I
working?
am critical of Mutt. I criticized him heavily on Leeches.
Well, some people who are listening to the show haven't heard Leeches yet. So what is your take on Mutt? Yeah, what is your take on Mutt?
I mean, my take is that you should go out and get a job and maybe not hold out for somebody to offer you a comparable radio gig to the one you have.
It's never going to happen, yeah.
Those gigs are rapidly disappearing
Yes.
from the world. And I mean, like, I would tell my husband the exact same thing. Like, it's not even meant as like Mutt hate. Like, I just, like I say, I would tell Tom the same thing because his job, I definitely feel like with
Yes.
Odyssey being bought by Soros, like
He's in trouble.
I don't know like how long we're playing with the house's money here with any kind of radio job
For sure.
nowadays. So, I mean,
It is interesting he runs away from Barstool and runs toward radio in 2020. Like Mutt would take that job with a radio station for $60,000 right now. and he would turn down the job from Barstool for I'm just using the money as example, for 60 grand.
Yeah, which is probably what a radio job would like pay now,
But
if that.
For Mutt to do like a midday, yes, 60 grand.
But I think there's a prestige to people still to like legacy media, quote
Yeah, some.
unquote, and that you can tell people that you do this job and they take it more seriously than like, oh, I'm a blogger at Barstool, and I think that
that's changing too, though. That's dwindling as well. But there are people still like that, and he's one of them. He drives around, listening to like radio. He listens to the radio, so that still means something to him. I think it does mean something to him. Yeah, I think that's right. Where are you at?
I just was wondering if this was not Barstool.
Who asked you? What's your take?
I've gone back and forth, actually. I thought it was a little weird just how emotional and sensitive Mutt got about it, just because it's Coleman. He's 24. He's a young kid.
It's a zero, yeah.
It's just weird for me to be like Mutt to be that caught up in it.
Did you talk to Mutt's brother yesterday, Coleman? You didn't know. I thought maybe you guys might be able to sort of, connect on things.
Yeah, no, maybe this weekend. Maybe I'll bump him out for the...
Get the chicken?
Yeah.
How about that story yesterday? Mutt and his chicken, his brother. I thought that was, by the way, classic. I really like having Montante here. Some people are built, like Pat Ford, for example, was a great third chair when it's a second chair's day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Montante is not built to be the third chair when it's a second chair's day. He's telling a story about his brother and that whole thing, and Montante's like, I'm thinking about getting this at a golf club. So how much they go to use? Like, what? Like, I know you want to talk about yourself, Montante. We'll eventually get there. But am I wrong, Justin?
No.
Did you get that sense yesterday or no?
Yes.
Yeah, he was like,
well,
he doesn't. He's got so much. He doesn't know what to do. It's very funny. I love having Montante here. It just makes me laugh. The contract is in, right?
He hasn't got it back to me yet, but it is in his hands now. So
okay. What were you saying, Justin?
Well, he hadn't been in a while, so he had a lot of golf.
You want to get this shit in. You want to get this stuff in.
Yeah, and like it was weird at the end for him to be like, "You're gonna hate this. I'm getting lunch with a Minifan."
Yeah, I thought it was
like,
really.
You live at Minifan's houses.
Yeah, I thought that was not a great payoff. But we like having them here. What were you saying, Sim Lords? I'm sorry.
And then I did say after Coleman dropped his diss track, I said, though, if Mutt does it himself, I was like, I had to go Team Mutt. So now I'm
that track.
Forced my hand. I did say, even if it is the worst track of all time,
it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad.
It's time to respond.
I think he was embarrassed about afraid of the other one. That was pretty tame, I thought.
Yeah, that was pussy shit.
I mean, that was just like, what the hell? Like, what were you saying, Justin?
You can't go. It's either you're in or you're out.
Right? Yeah.
Don't bring it up then.
But don't you think that's part of the same thing, that he wants to be seen as like a more serious,
I guess,
sports broadcaster?
But he's here though. Like, don't call. Like, I want him to be here, but then if that bothers him so much, don't do it. Like I don't. That's what I don't get. But like that's how he gets all the Mutstack subscribers. Like literally every single one. And I had a bunch of people message me and be like, Dick Girardi is a fucking nobody. Like, much like he's on the sports reporters. I was like, I've never heard of this guy. I had people from Pennsylvania be like, yeah, he's like the 18th guy in Pennsylvania. But he's on. How'd it go yesterday?
Well, it's coming out today.
Yeah. Did you tape it here?
Yeah.
How was it?
It's good.
It was like meat and potatoes, or did they give it a little personality?
There's a little personality to it. Yeah.
He's not doing like a bit, is he?
Yeah.
There's a little bit.
But it's like, do you want it to be a serious like?
No, but I also like, is it a bad bit?
No,
I think it was
good.
It was decent. Yeah.
Well, you thought that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, okay.
But he takes it very seriously.
Very seriously. I know.
Like it was like the editing process and everything was very like.
Oh, really?
Going back and forth with him all last night, all this morning early.
You should screw him in the edit somehow.
I thought about it.
Do something. You should put something.
No, it looks like he's in black.
Because I've always.
Well, maybe not that serious.
Said
this is our YouTube channel. Yeah.
I want him to do well. I want him to.
You don't. That's not true anymore. No, you don't.
Well, not anymore. After yesterday, he's just a fucking lame.
I think Coleman beat Mutt yesterday.
I think so too.
You know what? I think Mutt beat himself yesterday. You know what I mean? I think like Coleman stayed out of the way enough. Mutt just lit himself on fire.
Yeah, but
they
both tried to do that because Coleman with his like little like
chirps, but some of them.
But those almost won though because they got under his skin. They're terrible. But like to allow that to get under your skin is very damning.
But Mutt just came in and was like, "Hey, a bunch of people have messaged me and said Coleman sucks." It's like, yeah,
Mutt also thinks his brother doesn't want to hang out with him because of me. That's what you're dealing with right now. The guy's lost his mind. He's sitting around his house. His brother's 300 feet away with his son's friends, all making fun of Mutt, eating chicken, And then they just get in the car and drive by his house. And Mutt's like, what the hell? He like does question mark text like 5 minutes later. What is going on with him?
But shouldn't he just get like a regular job? Like
Yeah, well, of course he should.
Like,
Not even he should be like, he reached out to Steve from Gloucester. Like he should try something like that. Or whatever, whatever that, if he doesn't want to go in the office, I understand. He's never worked in an office really. He doesn't want to work 8 to 4 or 9 to 5. Sure.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what we all do to like live.
Yes.
Speak for yourself.
Some people, some of us.
I know. Drive a UPS truck. Well, actually, he probably can't get a UPS job. Actually,
true.
I don't know if he can or not.
Pass the drug test.
I
I'm saying if he has a DUI in his record.
Let me see.
How about let's just say, I'll throw you a random number just for a search. Say he has 4 DUIs. Just saying. I don't know if he can get a job or not. But like, I think he thinks that is even worse than this by your definition. Like if he went into an office, it would really be like
A step
the
down.
giant of radio is like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of media people, like out of newspapers and stuff, I feel like go into PR.
Yes, he could work for college or something too.
Right, and then you can pretend that you're like using your important media contacts to like
or the
help
ultimate landing
customer-
spot, academics.
College.
College professor.
Yeah.
That bullshit.
Professor of sports broadcasting.
Correct.
Professor
Talking about radio to college kids in 2024.
Fucking them over.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Who here wants an internship?
Yeah, meter
at
pulling
Big
that
103.
Meter pulling that scam. So yeah. I don't know. Oh, so do I. I was talking to him yesterday. What else going on?
As long as you don't have a DUI in the past 3 years.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
I just look for another job, I guess. What else?
Do you want to hear this parody song?
Oh, right. Yeah, sure.
I had to step in here. Shit, man. If Mutt's the one piling on, then what's the real story with you? I've heard 1,000 Coleman stories, not one of them true. What happened to those old tweets, man? They had us confused. Even Bailey Carlin said that this man was a snooze. I'll put Jack on Mutt's stack like the horses we shoot. I get sick when I think of the shit you consume. Right-wing media, man, while you're eating your food. If you cut them both out, you'd be a healthier dude. Just look at Portland, man. The kid was paraded with booze.
Yeah, this was good, you said?
I like it.
I know a man from
Howard
Gloucester
Jones.
more.
No?
It's from Bobby.
From who?
Bobby.
Who's that?
The guy who does the outro?
The outro.
For what? Oh, the guy who was supposed to do the Portland thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was not a great one right there, was it?
Like one or two lines that were okay.
I think we've kind of gone. No, go call me your rap guy.
I think the one like cut the right media and the food line like that.
Oh, I wasn't even listening at that point.
That hit, but otherwise, nah, I'm out.
Yeah. All right. Okay. What else?
Alice, so you want people to have all these children and stuff like that. Like, and then what are your thoughts on like the protests going on in colleges? Like these are young people.
I don't know if I see the connection between.
Well, you want people to have like these children grow up to be liberals who you hate.
I don't hate liberals. I mean, I think the college kids are mostly confused. I do think the protests are like, it's insane that the colleges are putting up with this stuff and letting them barricade themselves.
It's
into
crazy.
these
I
places.
thought we were done with that. It's still going on. Was it UCLA this morning? It's still going on.
Yeah.
They had to like raid it overnight. Yeah, the frat guys attacked them, and but I just don't understand why they're putting up with it. Like they could shut this down in a second. Now the ones at Tufts are threatening. I saw it today. That's where I went to school. They're threatening to boycott commencement if their encampment is taken down.
Great.
Which I was like, okay,
Leave.
So let them boycott.
Yeah,
like the school's not holding the graduation like for them.
Right.
They're holding it for you. If you don't want to go,
don't
like
go.
that's fine.
I saw one of the protests the other day being like, they're not feeding us. She was like whining the Columbia one. I'm like, what
Yeah,
the?
she said it's a humanitarian like rights violation.
Don't
that
do
they're
it.
not being fed.
Yeah, no, but what are these people going to do?
The university be obligated to provide food to people who've taken over a building?
Well, first of all, we're saying that they're obligated to provide food to students who pay for a meal plan here.
But you mentioned that there was a request that food and water be brought in, unless I misunderstood.
To allow it to be brought in, I mean, well, I guess it's ultimately a question of what kind of community and obligation Columbia feels it has to its students. Do you want students to die of dehydration or get severely ill, even if they disagree with you?
Oh, God.
If the answer is no, then
This is a college
you should allow
student?
basic-
She's a grad
I mean,
student.
It's crazy to
She seems like a lot of fun.
Did you see what her like dissertation was on?
No.
It was on like Marxism and
yeah, okay, I don't know, whatever. But yeah,
It would fund me for those UNC kids up to $350K. I saw.
Is it really? $400,000.
Jesus.
$393,000 right now.
Hey, look, if you want to spend your money, knock yourself up. Jesus.
High
Well,
capital
Biden
fine.
just used our money to forgive another $6 billion in student debt this week. He took a look around and said, like, that would be perfect right now.
See,
if
I
we
can
could pay for some more of this.
I think it's crazy, but I can have a conversation with somebody about relieving student debt. Like, I understand the argument intellectually. I wouldn't do it, but I understand why you could do it. It makes people's lives easier. Then they're spending money on something else, giving money, pouring money into the government, pouring money into businesses that way, right? I get that. Spending $1 on this stupid war overseas, I cannot have an argument with you at all. Like, that to me is just pissing money away.
Which war?
Pick it. I don't want to spend a single dollar on a foreign war.
Do you want to build a pier for Hamas?
No, I do not.
So that we can deliver more food
I
to
have
them
no,
for some
I have
reason?
no, I have
Like,
zero. That's not our responsibility. But
that's
like,
my issue is we fund both Hamas and Israel. And
Right.
like,
But
if
if
we
you-
just got out of Israel's way, they could take care of the problem. in
but if
like
you
a
said to me
month.
somebody has $140,000 in student debt, they're never going to be able to pay off.
Mhm.
I personally think like you made a decision too bad. But I understand I also come from a place of privilege. I get that part of the conversation. But I'm saying, okay, at least I can talk to you about why it might make sense to relieve some of that. Like, I can have that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
This other one I can't. These fucking stupid wars. It makes the Ukraine. I can't do it anymore.
Steve,
Drives me nuts. I can't do it.
Steve replied to the GoFundMe for the frat guys and said, "I'd rather fund this than bombs to Ukraine."
Yeah, I mean, 10 million %. 10 million %. Ultimately, like, a bunch of dumb college kids, whatever. I mean, but how much have we spent in Ukraine now?
Let me see.
Hundreds of billions.
It has to be now, right?
Yeah, I
It'll
think
be
it
$1
was,
trillion
it was
when it's done.
200 billion a few
Yeah, eventually it'll be $1
months
trillion
ago,
for
so,
what?
yeah.
So this guy can wear that sweatshirt? Like, I have no interest in this. I don't know.
I see 9 billion.
No. Way
Yeah, it's more than that.
way more than that. I mean, there's probably been 9 billion.
It's more than that. And it
that's
hurts
just
our military
humanitarian
readiness too, because we're sending them all our stuff. Like, we're
Right.
going to have to replenish all those
course.
stores. Like, China's watching this, like, salivating right
For
now.
no reason. For nothing. It's nuts.
What
Crazy.
happened to just like getting drunk and trying to have sex in college? Isn't that like trying some drugs?
That's illegal now.
Like-
they
do that.
they have tribunals. Biden just put those back too.
You have to have consent during every thrust now.
I couldn't imagine
single
like
one.
someone being like, "Hey, after fucking lunch period today, we're gonna go go to the yard and picket." And I'm like,
fun.
"No, no."
You don't want to set up a
You think
tent
day
out
4
there?
it's fun?
No, yes. It
do
just
anything else.
literally, like, they should just come out and be like, "We're doing this because it's fun." That's literally what they're doing. Is they're doing this. They get a little encampment.
Looks
They all
miserable to me.
play music,
Sure does.
eat food, and then fuck. That's what they do.
Yeah, I'd
They
rather
put
do-
up tents and like.
Just doing a room where there's like AC and fucking television. It seems crazy to me. BetterHelp, of course, betterhelp.com/Kirk10. The Kirk Minahan Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. There you go, Coleman. Give BetterHelp a try. Online therapy, convenient, flexible, suited to your schedule. Fill a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. You find your social sweet spot at BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com, BetterHelp.com/Kirk10. 10% off your first month. Give BetterHelp a try. Again, fill out that questionnaire and go to BetterHelp.com/Kirk10, BetterHelp.com/Kirk10. 10% off your first month. All right, what else?
The sound wasn't great, but did you see that Robert De Niro was yelling at some of the protesters?
That was a scene. That was a scene of them. He was rehearsing a scene in the movie.
Oh, he was?
That's been corrected, yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Justin.
Yep. Yep.
Fucking moron.
That's true. What else going on in your life, Cinema Lords guy? You seen any movies lately? He's a big cinema guy.
I went and saw Civil War. I liked it a lot.
You liked it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. I really want to go see Fall Guy, which comes
That's
out
this
tomorrow
weekend,
officially.
right? Yeah, tomorrow, right? Yeah, you see that? Okay.
But I'm going to be doing a sports movie like draft episode in a couple
All
of
right.
weeks.
Okay. With who?
Just 3 of my buddies.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which it's going to be 24 movies in total. Would you say all Rocky 1, 2, 3, and 4 should probably be drafted in 24? I would say. I think
Pretty
so.
close. Pretty close, I would say. Yes, I probably would. I love those movies, so probably yes, I probably would say that. Yeah. That's gonna be on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Looking forward
And then I know you guys touched on it real quick. The second Rat Race episode.
Mm-hmm.
I did think Clemmer was a little bit like less rigid and tight this episode.
I thought so too. It seems like I said, it gets the more you try these things, the better off you get.
My big takeaway though is I don't know if it's just me. KFC seems like he's been very bitchy like lately for like the last couple months. Yeah, I don't know. Worse than normal though. It seemed like at one point Feidelberg was literally like dragging him when they got to one of the checkpoints, and he was like, "Oh, great, like, we keep doing this."
Yeah.
But then there was the mini golf thing where he was complaining about not going.
Right.
But then he went to the combine thing,
Didn't try.
and he didn't try at all.
Yeah,
so
it's just kind of a man without a country right now. He's trying to figure things out. I talked to him a few weeks ago for a while. He seemed okay. What were we texting about? Oh, he was mad. He was mad at because he loves that guy who directed the Titus movie because he does all the Fileberg stuff. Yeah. So he was mad at me, and then we talked about that. But yeah, I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be all right.
What a wild move at the beginning there, where they were like asking for a prize. Like everything needs to have a prize
for the film festival.
Yeah.
How much do they want?
Well, they didn't. No, they were like they asked Dan like, "Hey, can you give us money?"
Oh, he was like, "No," right?
He was like,
"It's like 20."
He's like, "I don't know. I'll take you to see the movie."
Yeah, it's like 20 people. Yeah, it doesn't. Everything. Yeah, it's true. It is.
That movie bombed, didn't it?
Did it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like real bad.
Oh, really?
I think.
How are the
so.
reviews? I didn't even see.
I didn't see the reviews, but I just saw something on Twitter that was like
Boy Kills World.
Boy Kills World.
Yeah.
But it was real bad, the numbers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's only played twice today at AMC Boston.
Yeah, I don't think it's played in a lot of theaters either. I don't think. I don't know.
Ooh, it's made $2.1 million.
Okay, not a great start. What else?
So, that was something interesting too with the show with Big Cat. He seemed very plugged into KMS in comparison to KFC, who in the past, like I felt like when KFC had appeared on the show, he was bringing up stuff from like early, like 2019 or anything in comparison.
Okay, what would you like me to say about that?
Well, I don't know. I didn't know if Big Cat had any, like if he mentioned how much he was listening.
Yeah, he called me the other day and said, I'm listening a lot. I don't know. He listens to the podcast. Sometimes I think he listens in spurts. Like, he's got a million things going on. So I don't know. He's probably into it right now, I guess. I don't know. What am I supposed to say to that? I don't know. Who cares? I don't know. Nothing. I mean, I love Dan, but I don't know.
Is Rob Bradford's dad still alive?
Yes, he is. It was his birthday yesterday.
It was. I didn't know if it was.
Unless he died since I quote tweeted it. Yeah, I believe his dad's still alive.
I just don't know. Sometimes people celebrate people's birthday when they're.
You don't tweet a happy birthday with a picture of your dad when he's dead, though.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't say happy birthday.
No.
People say like happy birthday in heaven.
Yeah, I hate that.
People do that on Facebook all the time.
You're dead. You don't have birthdays when you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You have to be born that day, but you don't have like a birthday for them. It's weird. My mom and dad's birthday, I'm like, happy birthday, Mom. She's dead.
You don't say like I miss you. I guess
that's not the same thing. Yes, I do. Well, I don't miss her as much as my dad, but yes, I don't. I wouldn't say that. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy heavenly birthday. Right? Is that what it is?
People say that. Yeah.
Why? Why does everything have to be something now? It's like you're dead. You lived a long time. You had X amount of birthdays. You don't get any more birthday parties. When's your birthday?
July 31st.
Harry
Shout out
Potter's
Harry Potter.
birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Finding common ground all of a sudden.
I thought Harry Potter was born on
July
Kirk's
31st.
birthday.
July 31st.
No,
no,
that's Harry Houdini.
No, his parents were killed on October 31st.
When's your birthday, Alice?
February 10th.
February 10th. Okay. 2 days before Kate. February 10th. That was her due date. Okay. There you go.
And I think, which day's Harry's birthday?
Harry's birthday is April 23rd.
Okay, 23rd. So we have a April 26th.
Okay.
So I knew it was close too.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yes.
See, but now I have kids with birthdays like all the time. So that's like.
I had this physical the other day. It's 12-year physical.
You still going?
I went in this year. Yeah. He wanted me to go in. And he had a woman doctor so he was like 7 right now. He was a guy doctor. He's a nice guy. And he does the whole thing and they're talking. And he's like, okay, here comes a part that's a little uncomfortable. He's like, you have a penis, and Harry's like, yep. And he's like, the doctor, you have to do this, And he's like, you have 2 testicles, and Harry's like, yep. And he's like, you know what testicles are? He's like, yeah. He's like, well, do you and your friends have a different name for them? I think he was trying. Harry's like, yeah, we call them golden nuggets or D's nuts. And I was laughing because they bring in now. It's different when I was little. They bring in like a woman to transcribe or you know what I'm talking about, like
to like take all the notes in the chart. Yeah.
And she's just like typing away. This picture writing D-E-Z space N-U-T-S, but I don't know. He's square. He is kicking off puberty though, so it's a very strange thing. I don't know. He's got like a little mustache now. It's kind of funny. Enjoying it.
Is he excited for the end of the PG era and Attitude
WWE
Era 2.0? They're calling it.
He is not. He's kind of like Get Back to Me on The Rock and Roman Reigns are back on TV. Gotcha. He is not feeling Cody Rhodes.
I'm excited for a new Attitude Era. I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah. His point with Cody Rhodes is like, if Cody Rhodes didn't have that thing where they scream,
yeah,
nobody even care about him. He's got that bad neck tattoo.
It's bad.
I can't get past that. I can't get past that. What else?
So if he's not into WWE, like what's he into? He's not into sports.
I mean, he does track. He likes that. And he does like baseball, but he's into like...
Oh, you said anime, right?
Yeah, and he likes like One Piece and like, you know, they just watch like stuff that I don't understand what's going on. And they laugh so hard at these things. Yesterday he was laughing. Him and his friend were laughing so hard at something. He showed me. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Was it?
I don't even know.
The media environment's so weird now. I like the stuff my kids watch.
Everything's like
and,
6 seconds, and
I can't do like the quick cuts. Everything's like that. And some of the, like even Daily Wire, some of the conservative media shows, they have that girl, the younger girl, Bree, something like that. Brett Cooper. And my daughter likes her, and it's like she like breaks down stuff that's on TikTok, and it's all these quick cuts, and it makes me crazy. I'm like, this is giving me ADD right now to like listen to this. It's terrible.
They just sit there and they just do this. They just swipe up and they're like, da, and they'll show me. I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
But they were impressed because we had on KMS, and they were like, wow, like there's 1,500 people watching. That's pretty good, Mom and Dad.
Good job. Good job.
They were like, because they assumed it's like, because we like it, it's some like really small thing that they've never heard of.
But yeah, I mean, this is a dying form, this show. Forget it. Like,
podcasts?
Yeah, 2.5 hours of nothing? Like,
no chance.
Zero chance. Zero. I do think things are cyclical, though. Will it come back? Will the next generation, will Harry's and your kids want more full stuff? I don't know, because things go in cycles. They just do.
Well, they said a lot of kids went and saw Oppenheimer and like wanted to pay for like a 3-hour
But did they just do that because it was like a meme
it was
with
also a
Barbie on the
thing.
internet,
Yeah,
so they
that's the
just
thing.
wanted to participate in
I think that's part of it too.
big thing.
Yeah, and it's very rare that movies cross over for kids like that, because Harry likes horror movies, but they don't. If I said to Kate, whatever, I'm trying to think of a movie that's done pretty Civil War, she'd be like, I don't even know what that is.
Movie sucked.
No idea. Huh?
Movie sucked.
It was fine. I just thought I knew that Kirsten Dunst was going to die the whole time.
Yeah.
Like she kind of had to die.
Yeah.
I thought it looked good. I thought a couple of good scenes. I like the scene with Jesse Plemons. I like that
was
scene.
Awesome.
But like it was just kind of like meandering. I don't know. But that was the point of it at the same time, I think. But it was okay. It was all right.
I just liked that it wasn't from a soldier's perspective. Just something different than
From the
just
real
seeing it
heroes.
from.
It doesn't have to always be about the military.
Of course not.
I mean, you know, it's I don't know. What else?
Alice, how close we're talking about, radio and everything. How close was Tom to signing with Barstool?
Oh, he did send that. He did send an email to Big Cat, right?
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about it. But as I said at the time, though, that's somebody trying at least. That's the opposite of Mutt.
Yeah. Oh,
See,
if
he
Tom
was
was in Mutt's situation, which he's not going to be in anymore.
let's not,
But like where people were like chirping at Dave Portnoy to try and get him into Barstool, like, you'd be like all over that every second. Like, I mean,
Which I think is okay. Like that's initiative. Like he's literally the anti-Mutt. Mutt's running away from it.
yeah, no,
And
Tom's
Tom
not,
has the job. You know?
right. I mean, yeah, because Mutt would take that seriously to do a radio job for like bad pay at a station.
No one's listening to. Yes, he would. Yeah, he would. He would.
Well, a lot of old people listen, so
that's for sure. But they're dying off every day, though.
Yeah,
I mean, like the average age of a radio listener now, it's got to be like
I can't
70.
imagine who's like turning on the radio to listen to, because I just get in the car and it grabs my Bluetooth. I wouldn't even I don't even get a chance to put on the radio. Like, it
true.
wouldn't occur to me.
Yeah, no, it's true.
We had that really nice day. It was like Monday, I think it was. I had the windows down in my house, and the UPS guy rolled through, and I heard Christian Fourier's voice funnel through my window, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Well, there you go. I mean, dentist
He was
office,
an older
I guess.
guy. He was an older guy.
Yeah, so much should be doing. What else, Justin?
I did grab some sound from those radio nominees.
Oh,
yesterday.
good. Just in time. Let me hear a couple.
Here is the Burt Show.
The what?
The Burt Show.
The Burt Show. Okay. Was Tom a nominee for the Radio Hall of Fame yesterday? Or no? Another year? No. One of these years.
I think he has a Webby
Does he really?
for Boston Herald Radio. Yeah,
Oh, no.
What's a Webby? Is that
it's like some kind of award for like innovation in internet media or something.
I've never won anything. Not a single award.
What's the big one? Marconi.
Marconi. Yeah, the station won those a couple of times, but they're so dumb. It's all they just hand them. It's just so random.
Globey.
The Boston Globe had the Globies, remember?
Ugh.
Yes, I stormed those one year. Go ahead. Who's this?
We're taking off.
The
Today
Burt
is our
Show.
last day.
Burt.
Good news. We need 5 new interns. Cassie, how do we do that?
You can apply at theburtshow.com. All the information will be there, and you can send in your application.
Look, you want to know when you
Cassie's a little
any
sassy.
job.
She doesn't take
that
all
you have
Bert's
left an
shit. I
impact.
guarantee
you
you
are
that.
memorable. We're going to make sure that happens today. We have a Burt Show tradition here with our interns that on their very last day of their internship, they got to come on in here and they got to rap about the Burt Show or their experience in here or whatever you want to do.
You can cut the tension with a knife.
Okay, I think I heard enough of Burt. Congratulations to Burt.
So we cut to the interns.
We don't need that. Who else got nominated?
Let's see. We got Big D and Bubba.
Where are they from? Syndicated or probably syndicated?
Yeah, they're syndicated. This is the 60 egg shower surprise.
So we have 5 dozen eggs. Well, what we're gonna do is.
Wait, is he have a hand over him?
He's doing this.
To who? Who is he hiding from?
I think someone's outside.
But they can hear him.
No, Kirk. They're outside.
He is so weird. All right, go ahead.
Look in the back.
Oh, see, because he's talking to him.
Gotcha.
You get him out there, and he's going to think he's catching one. We're going to dump. What is 5 dozen?
Oh, that's 60.
60. We're going to dump 60 eggs straight down.
Tough question. Why don't we start doing this stuff?
All right, he's coming in now. All right, but do not. Did you get one?
Yeah, we have an egg. We actually have 2, but yeah, we have one.
All right. Yeah, 2.
I get that. Right. Them. Who else? Who's next?
We got free beer and hot wings.
Wait, what? That's the name of the people?
Yeah, their name is Free Beer and Hot Wings.
They got in the Hall of Fame?
Well, they might.
I feel like we've done them before. That sounds familiar to me.
Is that like a Bare Naked Ladies thing? It sounds like a...
I don't know that, but I feel like we've played sound of them in the history of the show, but I could be wrong. Go ahead.
So this one's called Harmonizer Confessional.
What is your confession for the Harmonizer Confessional?
Well, I'm a 54-year-old man, and I have a stepdaughter who's about 31 years old, and her grandfather married a woman 30 years ago or so, 25 years his junior.
All right, okay. Do any of them just talk? We're good. Do any of them just have conversations or no? Does Tom do bits like this on the radio or no?
No.
Doesn't do
No,
anything
I think the stations have to like pay for members.
Oh, they
to
definitely
those
do.
things, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's true, yeah.
Where and I don't think anybody's paying for that
Right,
anymore.
right.
There, but
Yeah, when I did the show, I hit the post in Maine a few weeks ago before I went to Gritty's. And the guy, he was a very nice guy who I was in there with. That morning show, he showed me they get that prep,
what's it
the
called?
burger prep.
Burger,
yeah,
prep
and
burger.
it was all this guy in Florida and there's all these different things. Like, make sure you hit this story. And I was like, wow, Jesus. And they play 6 songs an hour. Go ahead.
Prep Burger Radio.
Who else got them?
There was a whole bunch of like Big Tigger.
Careful. Anybody we know or no?
Well, Matt Siegel.
Oh, Matty was nominated.
He was nominated.
Oh, well, he should be.
But he's like he did like wacky bits and everything like that, but he's also been a staple in Boston for
Oh my God,
40 years.
More than that, yeah, longer than that, for almost 50 years.
Then Demi Lovato took him down.
They did.
She did.
They did.
No, she did.
She went back to she. She went back to she.
I just play it safe. It's just easier because you just never know. I call everyone is a day now to me. So Matt he'll get in, I think, right? I would imagine. For these people must be such a big deal. For it means it's so meaningless. What are they going to do? Go to dinner somewhere? You don't get anything. I don't think Jerry would give anything.
Has anyone from EEI been?
I don't think so. I know Glenn's getting into the Massachusetts Radio Hall of Fame, which you might say Glenn Orr was not already in the Massachusetts Radio Hall of Fame, but he was not.
Who's in the Massachusetts Radio Hall of Fame?
Not me. I don't know.
Well, if Glenn's not, then is it fucking Carson and Kennedy?
Probably. First of all, where is that? That's not like a physical place, is it?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great. Let's go to the Massachusetts. Come on, kids.
Yeah, field trip.
Come on, kids. We got a big day today. We're on the Massachusetts Radio Hall of Fame. Oh, look at the Dave Maynard statue. Like, geez. Here's the Dan
And they'll be
Dan
like, "What do you
Riggs.
mean? What's a radio?"
Yeah, right.
Do your kids like ever have a physical radio in front of them? Because
no.
At one point, one of the kids' uncles or something got them a boombox for Christmas one year, and it was like outer space technology.
Did they have fun with it because it was so weird for a while?
Yeah, they think it's hilarious, and I mean, our son bought a DVD player off of Amazon so that he found some box of old DVDs that. Was
How old is your oldest kid?
13.
13. Daughter?
Yes.
If you asked her what the 3 networks were, would she know?
No. Right. Oh, no way. They don't know what the TV is. If we
Kate has no idea.
use the TV to turn to cable instead of like YouTube and Amazon, they're
baffled.
They were like, "What do you mean channels? Like, what is this?"
Because I was saying to her the other day, we were talking about something. I was like, when I was younger, I was like, there was like one day I came home and there was cable, And I went from like 8 channels to like 60 channels. It was crazy. She's like, well, how many channels are there now? I was like, more than 60. Okay, it's a good story. Believe me, it's an interesting story. Trust me, it's an interesting story. She did not care. As usual, kids don't care about these stories. Actually, I have conversations on the phone, if I'm being fair. Go ahead.
Well, like streaming is going back to channels now. You see, like Disney
Of course
Plus is
they
going to
are.
be.
Yeah, I mean, that's inevitable, right? I mean, it's like, yeah, it's everything go. Yeah, it's cable still works. For me, it still works. I like to be able to flip around. I just do. I like to see, oh, I didn't know this movie's on. I'm surprised. I like that. It's stupid. It's antiquated, but I like it. I'm
Even
old.
with like the commercials and stuff.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Well, but like the HBO and Showtime don't have that.
That's a good point.
But like, you know, like I find myself, if I go to Netflix, generally, there's nothing on I want to watch anyway. It's the same as everything else.
Yeah.
That Baby Reindeer is a good show on Netflix.
Baby Reindeer.
Recommend. What were you saying?
That we only use it for like politics and sports. That's the only things that's on there that we ever like would turn.
Yeah, I
to
watch
that
golf,
for.
and that's really it. Yeah, so.
I'll say my plan is most of the streaming services too, which is why I have it. It's just going to be the same. It's one price. I get all the cable, like
Right.
Red Zone and shit, and then it's got HBO,
Yeah.
Netflix, Showtime.
Are you two okay now?
Yeah.
We're at a détente, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. A little parentheses before the next fight. That's nice. Okay. Good. See, we accomplished something. Not sure exactly what, but yeah.
Nothing with Steve.
I was gonna
Nothing.
say, will
Absolutely nothing.
So was this Steve's last chance? Will Steve ever be back in studio?
What are we gonna do with them? I don't know. You know. I don't know. Huh?
Run more bits.
Yeah. It feels very bitish. I don't know. I think it's better for him not to be in the world.
But I think he does bits without knowing he's doing bits.
Yeah.
I think he became Italian like in the middle of a show.
I think he's smart. I think he's smarter than you think he
I
is.
think he is too, but not like with the whole accent.
Yeah, he's not. He wasn't born in Italy. Like, you know, he didn't come on the boat.
travels there though. He eats tripe. That's
Okay, I mean, I've been to Ireland. I've been to Ireland a bunch of times. I'm not Irish. I mean, I'm
partially Irish.
I know, but I'm not like, you know, I wasn't born there. I didn't come there on the boat in high school.
That'd be like if you start doing an Irish accent just mid-show out of nowhere.
Or like Nova Scotian. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But he's crazy. I don't know. We thank Steve. And who else? Chase Colleen joined us today?
Yes.
Okay, patreon.com/burnbarrel. Is that right?
Sure, or
Okay.
just burnbarrelpodcast.com. And you can find the Leeches Show on the Kirk Minahan Show
That's
Network.
good. Thank you, Alice. Always good to see you. Would you like to promote anything similar, guys?
Cinema Lords podcast, also on the network. Next episode, Sports Draft, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Anything from you guys? We get the
Mutt
unnamed
coming
in
out.
10 minutes. What's that?
Mutt after that as well later today.
Oh, what time is that going to be up?
I gotta get unnamed up, but after that, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's all.
What grade
set
would you
up.
give it, Justin?
Like what? Like
Okay. Yep. What would
B
you
plus.
say? What would you say, Coleman?
Like a B.
Yeah.
Solid B.
Production better than the host or no?
Host was great.
How was the host?
Host was a majority of the B there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
Well, I'm giving that production an A.
Sure. Men's closets were due for a radical reinvention, and Rhone, RHONE, stepped up to the challenge. Their commuter collection is the most comfortable, breathable, and flexible set of products known to man. Here's why. Commuter collection. Dress shirts, quarter zip, polos, 4-way stretch fabric, again, everything. Commute, work, 18 holes of golf. You look good, and it'll be easy. You go to Rhone, RHONE.com/KIRK. Save 20% off your entire order for these comfortable, good-looking clothes. That's 20%, 20 off your entire order when you head to RHONE.com/KIRK. Use the code Kirk. Time to find your corner office comfort. Head to Rhone.com/KIRK. That's my name, promo code KIRK, 20% off. Back tomorrow with Mike and Snell?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Snell asked me last night. He's like, "Any good food places around here?" And I was like, "I don't know, man.
You should take him for dinner tonight.
I should."
Yeah, that'd be the right thing to do, I think. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. We're back tomorrow then with those guys, right? To wrap up the week. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Unnamed in what, 5 minutes or whatever it is?
Yep.
Just about.
All right. We'll see you then. Goodbye.